Just do that tile for now. Okay, that should be all good to go. Probably should check the actual game for the actual game's like settings too, just to be sure, but that's fine. I can do that after this. Okay. Everything else is fine. Audio should be fine. It might be a smidge quiet, but I think that's just the nature of like the soundtrack that's currently going on. Speaking of which, I should give you visual while I'm at it.
Oh, okay.
Just to be on the safe side. All right. Hi, Butters.
Hi, buddies.
Hi, chat. How y'all doing today? So yeah, funny story about tonight. So I found out earlier, I think it was Tuesday this week, when I realized that we were going to need to deal with maintenance with FGO, you know, as per usual with doing events. So, and unfortunately for me, as per usual, I wound up being on a day when I'm usually streaming it. So, in lieu of like that, I decided to try and like find a different game to play around with today. And well, it was going to be Pokemon at first, but since that wasn't working properly, hi Skeletor.
Skeletor.
I decided to crack open something a little different.
Whee!
This does look different. This looks very cyberpunkish.
Very much so. This game is funnily enough, so funny story. I just found out about this game today.
Oh.
A few things. Mainly because the game itself is being released episodically apparently, and the first episode just came out today.
Ooh.
So this game is essentially, hey, what if like Phoenix Wright but in a futuristic cyberpunk world? Also, the attorney in question you're playing as has a bit of a. The moral compass is a little bit wonky, I think, is what they're going for, I guess. But anyway.
I see.
So, let me give you everybody else visuals while I'm at it for good measure. Now, I want to stress real fast that we're starting off with the demo first, because it's one of those things where, oh, the demo's like a prelude, like to the story or whatever it is. You know what I mean? One of those deals. So we're starting off there. I did dip my toes into it for a little bit to get a good feel of it, and I was like, you know what, this is, yeah, this should be good. This should be good for today. I don't know exactly how long the demo itself is, but I did get the first episode just in case. If we do, assuming the demo is something that we all like and agree we really are enjoying. So.
No, I don't like this game already.
Oh, dang.
We haven't even hit the new game button.
I know.
So,
I have to be negative after yesterday.
Oh, snap.
She does look like Kafka, actually. Same kind of dress, at least, with the, her hair color isn't, like, purple in the game. It's actually, I think it's supposed to be red. But anyway.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the, our main character, by the way. So, let's get this show on the road.
Okay. Kim needs to voice in that game.
By the way, the green text here is that character. So how do we want to like?
Rick, you want to take it right now, White, and then when Kim gets here.
Sure, we can do that for now.
Okay.
Rain sizzles off neon above me. The summer shower creates a noted uptick in the flickering of holograms down the street, and a slight blunting of the night's ambience. Emphasis on slight. Lights, cameras, and constant noise. The city's got insomnia, with the uneven heart rate to prove it. There's no escaping the second-hand nervous energy of it all, but I'm plenty acclimated. Just a wave of worries cresting on the surface, while I hold my breath deep below. Besides a microdose of nightlife anxiety suits my mood just fine. 'Cause if I'm not careful, this client of mine's gonna die in jail.
What? No!
It's hard to get away with murder these days. People are still presumed innocent, at least on paper. By the time they're in cuffs, there's hardly any shadows of doubt left. Because this whole world's lit up, mapped out, never unknown and always online. Whether it's incandescent or neon or hollow, whether it's LCD, LED, or just the nearest phone screen. There's light shining on every last pixel of the map. And someone's always watching.
Game looks blurry. Oh, never mind.
Solitude's a rarity. Anonymity is scarce. And I think it's just the bloom of the lighting effects.
Yeah, it is.
I want to point out this game was made in the Unity engine. Just a heads up.
Oh.
So the bloom that's I think it's just a byproduct of it. And criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. So you take whatever clients you can get. You don't balk at public defender work, no matter the hour. And should you find yourself in one of the last dark, quiet corners left in the whole world, well, smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Damn.
Not that there's much else I can do until... Oh, my phone. Someone else take the,
Counselor, your public defender contract has been approved. ... You are expected at the 254th precinct. Present your ID at the door to enter.
Eater?
Yeah, arrive at least 15 minutes early.
I'll try.
Why'd you heart it?
Looks like the paperwork came through. It's nearly 3:15 now. 19 minutes since I took the job. Probably makes it about 2 hours since they finally got smart enough to ask for a lawyer. If they're really smart, they'll have used that time to get some rest. Because now that I'm here, things are going to get busy. Episode 0. And he shall appear.
Oh, who's he?
Oh,
Who he?
I should mention, the game is called Of the Devil.
Oh. Yay.
Precinct 254. Ah! It's a goddamn ghost town. With nothing but a hologram for a welcoming party. I'm here about a homicide. High clearance rates be damned. You'd think they'd treat it with a little more gravitas. Oh, but whatever. If I'm that unimportant, they've got no right to complain if I take my sweet time getting checked in. I should take my time. Information's like cash in my line of work. Gotta spend it to make it. And if you're flat broke, no one will give a shit what you have to say. So let's see if I can't poke around and shake some change loose. Use mouse to look around for points of interest that you can click on, or press space to find them automatically. You'll earn credit for investigating anything and everything you can. Credit is both a measure of your information gathering skills and your own credibility. So don't go broke.
Damn.
Like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my phone charger.
Okay.
Dokali, dokali.
Hi, Knight. Hey, Walden.
Hi, Night. Hi, Waddy.
Let's see. Start over here. An actual police lineup. It's like I walked into a museum. Though museums tend to feel expensive and clean. Dusty, forgotten, probably lots of unpacked boxes. This homicide department's more like an attic. Hard to believe they were ever so busy that they had witnesses making IDs in the lobby. And again, it's hard to believe they were ever doing lineups in the first place. Are you certain? Wasn't it dark? Did you know that during traumatic events, memory formation is blah, blah, blah? Poking holes in that setup must have been like shooting fish in a barrel. And all during billable hours. There's no room to sow doubt anymore. Now when a modded witness can just submit their testimony as a video recording. Assuming their phone didn't automatically file a police report for them. Monk all I were is I want to feel the character. High traffic hallways. Latrinium, furnishing, multiple screening stations. Pragmatic brutalism so textbook it could teach freshman level architecture. You can almost hear the building drone on and on about concrete and iron and hard right angles. Civil planning equivalents of battle scars. From a fight once so long ago, they're starting to look ridiculous. I'm sure it was all very imposing back when it was built. But walking in here now, with crime rates where they are, feels like a hospice ward for heavy-handedness.
Ow, ow.
Huh, a data pad. I'll bite. Even when they're more advertisement than article, they can still be informative. In a flowery, roundabout, corporate propaganda sort of way. Now for articles in the environment, they offer insight on the world around you and credit towards your investigation. Choose the proper takeaway after reading, and you'll earn additional bonus credit too.
Oh, the little king card.
The what?
Quick, put it in the Velocro.
By the way, there's a lot of text here. The only real important stuff before what I can tell from any of this is the yellow text.
Engineering
Interesting.
efforts will be refocused on maintenance and expansion of the hybrid super infrastructure system, the canopy high above the city streets. Okay.
Essentially, they're talking about
This-
like rebuilding a canopy that got flooded. Essentially, I think. Been years
Okay.
since the subway last ran, and decades since the last one in the article. Online chatter barely reacted to the announcement, with most connectors and voters' attention focused entirely on growing investigators and Councilman Long's campaign financer irregularities. Kennedy's major backers. People and corruption alike have little choice for how to complete their morning commute. Already
Terra personal submarine taxi pods. First prototype for the city came in at a disappointing 3,359% of our budget.
There's a lot of text here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of text in this. Though the one councilman was quoted as calling the system mind-boggling, wasteful, and impractical into the extreme. Ballsy of them, putting the paywall there. As if I'd reach for my wallet after having to read a word like aesthetical. Besides,
Aesthetical.
I get the gist of it. The takeaways that the city will be focusing its efforts on. Canopy. There'll be increased scrutiny surrounding the canopy now that there's no plan B. It's a massive project with a massive budget. Lines the pockets of a lot of people, big and small. None of them would appreciate bad press at the moment. Not when Councilman Long has already thoroughly churned the waters. The medium's cracked in the corner. Looks bad, but my phone's made of the same stuff, and I'm rolling the dice every time it falls off the sofa. Mood. You probably know the warranty on one of those things with a loud sneeze. At least it's not broken. Entirely. Even at this hour, it's still dutifully scrolling through its notifications. Looks like the usual 1-to-1 ratio of public health alerts, inoffensive pop culture trivia you always get served at state buildings. There's a few missing persons, too. 1 year of silver plan coverage, courtesy of
Caduceus.
Caduceus. Caduceus is a reward for any... Silver's no joke. Family must be getting desperate. Alright. I've taken in all the scenery and learned as much as I can here. Time to get checked in. Usagi, do you mind?
Usagi, go.
That booted up fine. So far, so good. Usagi?
Sorry. Good morning.
Morgan, here for the public defender contract.
Could you please provide your name and... Great. Please stand still for a moment.
wouldn't call intake hollows charming. More like harmless. That's probably what the designers were aiming for. People don't mind a quirk or two in their tech, so long as it never speaks out of turn.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing you. Could you please provide your name and date of birth?
So far, so good, was it? Scan my card. Say, why don't you just scan my ID card?
Great! Now, could you just confirm your date of birth for me?
Why do they even bother asking? My birthday's on the damn ID card and my profile. Have to be a
I'm sorry, I
world-class-
cannot read.
I have to be a world-class airhead to get this question wrong. Oh, no problem. My birthday's... So, real quick, it's a little inconspicuous, but if you look over here at the phone icon, so this is where we have
Oh,
information. Profile, reading list. This is also where we can read
Oh, the
articles.
keychain!
Oh yeah, she has a little
Cute.
keychain. It's very cute. Evidence, stuff like that. This is also where you can check
Needs
like
to be
how much
official
chips
merch.
you got. Profile over here, Morgan. Birthday, December 26th. Criminal defense attorney, puzzles, smoking, wooden furniture, commercials, hairdressers, jogging. Can fall asleep in any position.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Coffee,
Me
decaf,
too.
drink. Whiskey sour?
Interesting.
Alright. December 26th.
Perfect. Good morning, Morgan Counselor. Thank you for your timely arrival and for taking on this public defender contract. If you're ready to speak to your client, you can proceed to counseling quarter 3C.
Is that what they're calling it now? You mean the interrogation room?
I'm sorry to have caused any confusion. My vocabulary is regularly updated to better reflect state standards.
What was that?
You looking at... Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Okay.
Don't sweat it. I can't keep track of every new euphemism either. Could call it the involuntary wellness check room if they like. Doesn't change the way it makes a person feel. Sitting in a stifled box of one-way panels. Nothing to see but their own reflection, dully wrapped across gunmetal walls.
Morgan, Counselor, can I help you with anything else?
Because of what you read earlier, you've unlocked an additional question. Read and examine at every opportunity to build up your knowledge and get the most out of your questioning. So yeah, this is what as long as we like do things correctly with like the articles, we can unlock like these little like blue options here for asking like more
Interesting.
information.
Okay.
So what are you? Yeah, I just asked that. What are you?
I'm a smart user interface, proudly sold by Noble Electronics. Thank you for asking. If you're interested, I could send you a link with information about our subscription packages. Should I send you a link with information about our subscription packages?
No. Sorry. That was a mean question to ask.
Huh? Does not compute?
So, why the disrepair? I know the city's not terribly concerned with the lower wards, but this is a police station. Why is it so goddamn dusty?
This facility is currently undergoing renovations.
Since when? The 60s?
It has been 22 months since the timetable was last updated.
They really don't see a lot of action around here, do they?
I'm sorry for any inconvenience you might have encountered.
I'm adaptable. What about you? They ever gonna fix that crack?
Ellipses. Thank you for asking. It has not interfered with my work.
Well, that's all that matters, right? That'll be all. Thank you.
You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office. Through the door to your right.
Thanks. But I think it's just me for now, so you can go on break if you like.
Automated dependents do not take breaks, Morgan Counselor.
Then what were you doing before I walked in?
Playing chess. You'll find the counselor's quarters past our homicide detective's office.
Through
Please.
the door to the right, thank you. Ads don't get breaks, and they don't get my jokes. But it's usually the humorless types that are the most fun to mess with anyway. I'm sorry, I just love the awkward pause that was going on there.
Yeah, the music fucking stopped. It was good.
So, there are gonna be two characters popping up in a second. One of them is going to be you, Skeletor, by the way, just a heads up.
Wait, I'm already being casted? Oh, no.
Yes.
Me and Usagi kind of both agreed to this.
Oh, boy. Is it...
I don't know
The
if it's
faint
this one or
voice?
not. I think it might. There's two characters. One that's that I think will be fitting for you, and one that would probably be fitting for either Kay or somebody else to take.
Right, okay.
At this point, I think it would be better to have Usagi take in than have Kay come in for like Morgan later, whenever they get here.
It's gone bad or something?
A voice. No, voice is coming from down the hall.
Right to yours?
Thank God I stopped for directions. A building this empty, the desk could have just told me to follow the echoes.
Echo, echo, echo.
One voice sounds older, rougher, and decidedly low energy.
Appreciate you worried about me. I don't know who this is. I'm just taking them all.
This is Usagi's for now. Do you remember the one the younger one that you saw on the trailer, the one with the eye patch?
Yeah.
Can you do that one for a bit?
Oh, okay.
Oh, forbid I try to be serious.
While the other rings with youthful indignation. A little higher, a little higher.
Oh, okay.
It's not like our job is important or anything.
A little
Definitely
bit
not.
higher.
A little bit higher.
Definitely cops. At this precinct, at this hour, they might be the only two living, breathing people in the whole complex.
Cause why else would Cause why else would you bother to print all of that out?
One document or 100 looks the same on a data pad. Anytime you question a suspect, you need to have a heavy file in hand. Makes them think you know them better than their priest, their mother,
Their big brother?
I wasn't gonna say that.
So how many of those sheets were blank then?
No red carpet tonight, officers.
Oh, sorry about that, ma'am.
I believe the green text
that's
is
him?
and the yellow text is
Oh.
this one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. We don't keep many extra hands around these hours, or at these hours. Probably faster to let the desk handle intake anyway.
But mostly cheaper. You the lawyer?
I am. Morgan Esquire, pleased to meet you.
Same here, counselor. Quasim London.
Ellipses.
And the ball of sunshine here is my partner, Farrah Reyes.
Ball of sunshine?
She certainly is.
Ha!
Sorry if you kept waiting. Chatter between the departments has been hectic all night.
Oh, it's no trouble. Gave me time to enjoy my cigarette.
Cigarette? Like tobacco? What are you, 80?
Jesus, the little bunk.
She can't be more than a few years younger than me.
We're, the detectives in charge of this particular case. And it looks like tonight we're also your humble guides to the illustrious homicide department. Apologies in advance for any cobwebs.
Pretty sure I've seen this London character around the courthouse before. He never struck me as more than just some old-timer. But I suppose being an old-timer is an accomplishment in and of itself in his profession. Sunshine's definitely a new face, though. Rigid on her posture and her attitude. 3 in the morning and her shirt still looks ironed. freshly promoted, maybe? 2 whole detectives working at this hour. Sounds serious. Hey, Doro. Unless you were just the first to arrive on the scene.
No, we're not nearly that timely. Uniforms responded to the emergency calls within a few minutes.
Calls. Plural. Must have been quite the commotion.
Look around. You think we're the first to arrive for anything?
She's not wrong. We were only tapped after circumstances at the scene indicated involvement with an ongoing investigation.
Our ongoing investigation.
Not very subtle, is she? But I may as well bite at this point. So, you suspect that this client of mine is involved in some separate criminal activity?
Wait, did they really not? No, I guess they wouldn't put it in a public defender's briefing.
Ellipses.
Look, consider this a little professional courtesy. A fair warning, eh? That's the heartbreak killer in that room.
And we've got the bastard dead to rights. So if you're kind, you'll help him plead it out. And if you're smart, you'll pass this shitstorm onto some other night owl and go back to bed.
I'm not feeling particularly kind or smart at the moment.
What?
So, perhaps in the meantime, you'd be so polite as to fill me in about this heartbreak killer?
They cover utilities at the rock you live under.
Is there a problem?
You're seriously not familiar with HK.
Never heard of him. I've heard enough of him for a lifetime. That name has been plastered all over the city for weeks. The crime's wavering between breaking news and urban legend. Presumed goals flip-flopping from unadulterated anarchy to unappreciated vigilantism. At street corners, in the media, on the net, everyone's indulging in the exact kind of armchair detective speculation that I can't stand. But right now, I need to figure out exactly how much the police do or don't know. And when it comes to cops, I always get better results playing dumb than I do acting smart. I take it he's a repeat offender?
Was it the killer part that tipped you off?
You must have at least heard about his MO. Media's gone crazy with it.
Along with everyone else.
One bullet, straight through the heart. But he left to lie where it falls.
Hence the name, Heartbreak. Not exactly creative, but amidst the swirl of every other 100-word article out there, catchiness trumps originality.
What you won't read about online is that all 6 of HK's victims were shot by the same gun, without even needing to reload.
Well, shit. Horrible to say, I know, but 6 for 6? That's pretty good shooting, isn't it?
Hitting the bullseye at the shooting range is good shooting. Doing it 6 times in a row is great. But shooting 6 people with accuracy like that?
That's a whole different beast.
Takes a certain kind of monster, a real freak. His pulse probably didn't even rise.
I see. Sounds horrific, sounds robotic.
It's kind of robotic.
Yeah.
Kinda! You almost make him sound like a machine. Is it possible that...
No, it is not. There's no such thing as killer robots, madam.
Of course, my mistake. So all those androids marching in the military, those robots patrolling the police uniforms, those drones dropping firebombs from the sky, I guess they're all firing blanks. I love this.
And her look.
that little,
Fair enough.
You wanna know what this reminds me of? Just looking at her, she reminds me of Rania and Cats.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She gives me that kind of energy.
Machines can kill. And they have been for decades. They don't commit murder.
Right.
Evil like heartbreak is all organic.
That's a pretty terrifying thought. I should really start paying more attention to the news. How I managed to miss 6 murders.
Well, you can only blame yourself for missing 5.
Pardon?
You're still not getting it. HK's 6th victim was found a few hours ago. When we caught the son of a bitch red-handed.
So, you're convinced that my client is this heartbreak killer, and tonight was just his latest crime.
They're timing!
And she laughed. She immediately laughed.
I'm pretty sure she's trying to reconnect.
I know, but that was
Could not
perfect
have been better,
timing!
though.
Well, I know what I'm clipping later tonight. Unless someone else wants to do it for me.
Loudon!
Oh
There it is. Hi, Kay.
my gosh.
Hi, Kay.
Hello. Oh, what is this?
The game I don't know if you had time to look at it, but the game I sent you earlier today.
Oh, I had no time at all. Today was a shit show. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's fair. I literally put it with the caption of quietly slips it into the list.
Amazing. I gotta go look.
But yeah,
Dang.
So do we want to try and see if Kay can take over for MC for this one, or what do we want? Do we want to what do we want to do?
How you feel?
Confident about it.
I'd say so.
Okay. MC being Morgan?
Yes,
Alright.
I've been covering for a bit.
Nice. That's a serious accusation, with very serious consequences. I take it you have serious evidence to back that up?
I was being literal, counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Red-handed. When we found your client, he was covered in her blood.
Well, that's not good, is it? What you say certainly sounds compelling.
Is that lawyer talk for open and shut?
But even if that's the case. Hey, Butters.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Walden. Also, hey, Wilden. Hi, Doro. How does one crime scene make him look good for 6 murders?
It's all there in the discovery files. And the arcs, of course. Oh, sorry. I thought that was her. Join the local net on your phone and we'll turn over everything you need.
The green text is you, by the way, Kay, still.
Gotcha. I'll bet. Thanks for that, detective. I'll be sure to read it over. But if it's all the same, could I ask you two some questions while I've got you here?
The hell kind of attorney wants to interrogate the detectives?
This kind of attorney. You're just that pleasant.
Come on, sunshine. We're gonna be punching out anytime soon, right?
Whatever. Let your client stew in the interrogation all night for all I care.
And Tara. You mean the counseling quarters?
All at your disposal, counselor.
All right, time to look around a bit. Let's see. Let's look at the desk.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Oosh, 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 oosh.
Go, Kim, go.
Barren, stark, and uninviting. This must be Ray's desk. Keeping your workstation neat and tidy is admirable, but can't spot a single mode of personalization. Basically, this bitch basic.
Pretty much.
Is she
Bit too
so
uptight.
new she hasn't had time to unpack? Or is she really that uptight and bored? There you go, she's just basic?
I heard that.
Both, maybe. You shouldn't have cleaned up so much just for little old me, Detective London. Someone really needs to introduce this guy to a filing system. Or even just a stapler. Paper documents scattered about lazily, alongside actual photographs. Either he's really old-fashioned or really paranoid about data leaks. And he doesn't look like the paranoid type. Not you playing a scruffy blonde against.
That was me and Usagi coming to consensus with that one.
Yep.
I believe it. Well, orderliness aside, some things are better in paper. I'll give him that.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what's over here?
Loose wires, missing panels, an aircon system that probably sweats more than the people it's supposed to cool. No room in the budget for making the office not look like shit, huh? I expected to find a lot of belt tightening at Homicide. But I didn't think their operation would be this bare bones. They've got a stunning clearance rate and they work fast. Guess the city sees that and just assumes their job is easy. Maybe their job is easy, but with our dear, doting surveillance state eliminating so much of the footwork. But if your wheels don't squeak, you don't get your palms greased. So, Homicide ends up as the only state department with a shrinking budget. The dumping grounds for the police force's most unambitious and least popular.
Damn.
Ouch.
Alright, now let's look at the article here. Bolstered by strong earnings reports, surging sales of the anime, normal electronic stock. Many investors were skeptical when, at their own infamous 2084 trade convention, Noble announced that the 16th line would be the first generation of androids to feature over 50% organic components. So-called warm androids, which at the time only saw demand in the health, senior, and childcare sectors, were located down at the impractical due to the increased maintenance cost, cuts, scratches, bruises, and the like. Let's see. More business-focused minds featured that Noble, altering its customers to the industrial military sectors in order to catch the civilian consumers, users that viewed their androids from across its room and not from above the factory floor. Noble stood out, wrong. The Anima 16 is poised to break proficiency probability records, with no signs of slowing down, and many industry analysts predict that these once rare organic androids will completely replace their more robotic predecessors in daily life within the next 3 to 5 years.
Dang.
Very remarkable, electrical, presumable charm of their products, and by all accounts, the charm can be attributed to the work of Noble's famed lead programmer, Dr. David Asher. Hashtag Noble Industry Weekend.
Hashtag Noble Industry Weekend.
Dr. Asher himself was, while this reputation was on full display at the event, Dr. Asher himself was nowhere to be seen. He's always been reclusive, but he's become a genuine hermit in recent years. But really to believe he's still... Hey, fam, looks like you're not logged into this device. Want to put in your account info so we can help keep you reading? No.
That's no.
Jesus. He's in the news again. It's no wonder. Can't spit without it landing on a piece of Noble tech these days. Especially now where the state's involved. Don't know if they'll bite when it comes to warm androids, though. For government use, they're just...
Too frail.
All androids undergo wear and tear, especially if they're directing traffic or suppressing crowds. So if these warm androids bleed pink all over themselves every time they take a rock to the cheek, that's just an endless stream of bad photo ops waiting to happen. Okay. Nothing else jumps out at me around here. Got a better idea of who I'm dealing with, at least. Now I need to check out the crime scene data. I should have been sent a link.
You've been granted access to state files regarding case KL433511. Reply C to confirm.
Confirm.
You need to reply C in order to confirm.
Am I talking to a person?
I am an automated department.
So no.
Dependent?
Ads are usually more polite.
Our personalities are tailored to suit our users' preferences.
So the state likes you to be a little authoritarian.
You need to reply C.
Up yours.
It's case sensitive.
Mother.
Thank you. Here's the URL.
The most sketchy looking URL I've ever seen in my life.
Don't click it! Don't click it!
Alright.
You'll get a virus!
I love how
worse.
even the
Ads.
automated response was just like, it's case sensitive. At least it had the nerve to say that over just like saying anything.
Jesus. Alright. If I project my stuff from my phone.
ARCS user portal. Downloading. Initializing.
Bye.
Crime scene.
Whoa!
Augmented reality crime
Fancy.
scene. Okay, time to look around.
Alright. Let's see what the police have. And what they think is important.
I like how the music's called Ghosts.
Oops.
Yeah, all the green stuff apparently is like important stuff that the police deem like important. So let's look at the body first.
The victim's body. Cause of death? Ballistic trauma. Class 4 blood loss. Atrium and aorta.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, gotcha. A single gunshot wound to the heart in brief. Death was instantaneous. No injuries anywhere else. And no blood or skin under her nails. Blood splatter, forensics, and all that other good stuff tells them that she was shot from there. Shut windows. Shut ice machine. So a killer was standing in the doorway when they fired.
Okay.
The murder weapon, a revolver, found right next to the body. 6 empty casings found in each of the 6 chambers, meaning the gun's been fired 6 times. Kinda overkill, but sure. Looks like the crime scene techs practically disassembled the damn thing. But all they found were fingerprints belonging to my clients. So he was found by police with the murder weapon right in front of the body. I don't even know where to start. Highly my god, why did I not remember how to pronounce this? Prejudicial. There we go. Highly prejudicial would be an understatement.
For context, case since you weren't here for this, the person that they're investigating, someone called the Heartbreak Killer. Apparently, he's killed everyone with a single shot in the heart, and he hasn't reloaded the gun once.
Nice.
So 6 shots, 6 victims, each one with 1 bullet.
Seems like this vase got tossed aside at some point. And yet there's not a scratch on it. Must be pretty damn durable. Isn't art supposed to be delicate? Maybe it's making a statement. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You give A stand-up mirror, shattered and knocked over. Real glass. No screams or cameras here. It was hit hard. Hard enough to come unattached from its arm, while shards of glass were scattered. Far enough to land on the victim's body. What a mess. Me too. That's all the big-ticket items. What about the security? Looks like the apartment was unlocked all night. It's not uncommon for people their age in a neighborhood like this. That could not be me. I am so sorry. I don't care what neighborhood I am. But no signs of forced entry only hurts my client's case. What about the rest of the room? There's not much else flagged here. Oh, I see a mulligan. Just a
I heard
lounge
that.
chair that got thrown in. Whatever that is. Unidentified ceramic debris? Flag is irrelevant. That's their technical assessment? God, we're cooked. Guess even the crime scene techs weren't sure what to make of it. Okay. That's everything that the police highlighted. But did I miss anything?
Let's keep looking.
The hell is it?
That was it.
Something in the victim's hands. How the hell did... It's just a pill organizer. I kinda like that. Looks like some immune adjusters. NSAID, SANS... Triprexazone... A synthetic glucocorticoid...
After all, refills are free.
Cortisoid, yes. Thank you. Medication. Dang, where's Rena at a time like this?
Thank you for the hydrate.
Thank you for
Thank you
hydrate.
hydrate, Doro. Also,
Where's
hello,
Rena for
Corey.
this? I'm not a medical
Hi,
person.
Corey. How you doing?
Taken daily to reduce rejection symptoms like phantom pain and generalized itch.
Each.
The autopsy said her tox screen was clear, but it's not like it matters. She could have swallowed every medicine cabinet in the city and it still wouldn't change the cause of death. It's odd, but ultimately irrelevant. Everything else here is all very incriminating. But the kicker, everything that's not here. No out-of-place DNA, footprints, crumbs. Nothing that points towards anyone except my client. God damn, I'm cooked. Well, I've done more with less before. But not much more. I'm really gonna have to sing for my supper this time. Better get started. Who the hell's messaging me at this time of night? My partner.
Ari.
First person who comes to mind is... I suppose it could be something important.
Red. Like, I love how it's just brat.
Rat.
What couldn't wait till morning?
Good news, of course. I got a job for you.
That's a pretty cheery way to tell me you violated parole.
Well, no, not that kind of job. Besides, I've been covering my tracks. This is something different. Kind of thing I can't handle with just a keyboard and fishing scheme. I need you to sue my gym teacher.
Not that kind of lawyer. Sorry.
Hey, at least let me finish.
No. What'd they do?
Maybe run laps.
Like a gym teacher should? Not illegal.
Let me finish! They made me run laps. Even though I said I had a stomachache.
Sad.
Gotta be like... youth endangerment. Depraved indifference or some kind of shit.
Sounds like you've already got a strong case. Try self-representing this time.
What's with the blow-off?
Nice phrasing.
Oh wow, I'm laughing so hard right now. See?
That is a very Yukota character. Is that your mugshot?
I wasn't gonna not get a copy of my mugshot and use it as a reaction.
Glad you found a use case. But I'm working right now, so...
Anything cool?
Homicide.
Oh, cringe. Wait, what kind of homicide? Is it HBK? Heartbreak killer?
Is that the kind of morbid things kids your age talk about?
Teens my age.
Oh my god, it's even worse.
And yeah, we can read. compared to the corrupt shit in the headlines. Old-fashioned murder like Cardi B is like quaint.
Yeah, it's not heartbreak.
Then why did you take the job? You see the 98% conviction rate as a challenge or something? You taking up lost causes? Probably knows work.
It's pro bono.
That was autocorrect.
You know they give lit homework for a reason, right?
This is borderline concerned nagging. Maybe you really are a bleeding heart. Or just a sucker.
Well, I'm talking to you, so I'm not a sucker.
Shows what you know. Nice phrasing. Lol.
You should go to bed, Fran.
Tomorrow's Sunday. I can stay up if I want.
Tomorrow is Sunday. Because today is Saturday.
What? What's with the Carpe Diem shit?
It's nearly 4 a.m., kid. You've got school in like 3 hours.
Shit. She's right.
Repeat offenders may be good for business. But that kid's bad for my blood pressure.
Is
Is this you, Skeletor? Is that a you moment?
I don't think so, because they would have answered.
No. Want me to fill in for now, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Important text, I take it?
Just your typical teenage drama. So then, you wouldn't mind filling me in on a few details.
Alright, I guess we'll start from the top.
So how about the basics? What exactly has my client been charged with?
Client Carlos Baker Flats was arrested on the scene at 9:50 p.m.
Using his middle name already? I really do think he's a serial killer.
Charge being the first-degree murder of his girlfriend, a Miss Diane Dawn.
DD. First degree? That's... She's got them double Ds.
Increasingly rare.
Yeah, both the first degree and the double D. They're very rare.
Ah, to say the least.
It's rare for us to get handled anything but crimes for passion about it. It's rare for us to get handed anything but crimes of passion around here. City's got damn near more cameras than people. So you gotta be really, really stupid to try and get away with murder. Hello?
Oh, sorry. Well, Heartbreak's gone away with it 6 times. So what's that make him?
5 times, and that makes him insane.
I was gonna go with extraordinary.
Let's split the difference and say he's extraordinarily insane. Nut jobs like that are renowned for their ability to think ahead. So what makes you think this was premeditated?
How about the fact that he stalked and killed 5 other women as a warm-up?
A warm-up?
5 previous bullets, 5 previous victims. None of them knew each other, lived near each other, worked in the same fields. Weeks of digital autopsies crawling up and down their online profiles. Nothing.
So the serial killer chose his victims at random? If they have nothing in common.
Yeah, nothing in common at all. Other than that they all looked like cousins. From Alabama or something, I guess.
Physical similarities are striking.
Oh, so he's a type.
All 5 prior victims were young women with brown hair and eyes, about the same height, comparable weight.
Oh, those features aren't exactly uncommon. Couldn't it be...
A coincidence? If you really believe that, you should quit your job and start buying lotto tickets. HK's got himself a type. Anyone can see that. You really gotta try and tell me you don't see the resemblance?
Anya? A young woman. Brown hair, brown eyes.
Oh, god damn, you're right. So wait.
Can't
does
tell
that
it's-
make-
was
Does
it-
that mean the Heartbreak Killer's name is actually Jimmy?
God damn
Yes.
it, Jimmy. Can't tell how tall she is from a portrait, but I can take a hint. So, you think, what exactly? That Carlos Flat wanted to kill his girlfriend so badly that he went out and shot 5 other women first?
Hey, if the shoe fits,
If the shoe fits.
then you put the shoe on the...
Hmm?
What sunshine means is that it's not uncommon for killers to displace their violence from people close to them onto outlets with fewer consequences.
Drifters, loners, strangers, workers.
Was probably building up on the he was probably building up the nerve for tonight by first practicing on these other similar women.
Or he's just so far gone that he can't tell the difference anymore.
Me too. It's not the worst theory in the world. But it doesn't fit. They want to claim that those previous victims were practice runs, dress rehearsals for tonight's main event. But if that were the case, there'd have been signs of hesitation, nerves. There'd have been mistakes. On top of which, guns are impersonal. Execution shots, even more so. There's no sadism or hatred or intimacy in a single bullet to the heart. Killing your girlfriend, her lookalikes, usually is, if nothing else, a lot less sterile. If you ask me. And my hefty naturals, apparently. Jesus Christ, that's fucking shot.
Huh. I'm just like, what was that? Alright, so what about the timeline?
I saw the time of death was 9 p.m. on the autopsy. But do you have a timeline for the rest of the night's events?
Can't trust much of what comes out of his mouth, but we've managed thanks to less biased sources.
And we're pretty confident about what we've been able to piece together from the statements.
So they interviewed witnesses? Sounds eerily similar to real police work.
The suspect and his girlfriend were arguing loudly with one another starting around 8 p.m.
Me too.
Neighbors were very clear about that part.
Oh, hey, she took her eye patch off.
Huh.
Mm.
Couldn't wait to tell us about the happy couple's domestic problems.
Everyone in the building knew they'd been fighting for weeks.
As you probably gathered from what you saw in the arcs, there was a struggle. Furniture turned over, glass shattered, but things go quiet sometime before 9 p.m. And then, there's a gunshot.
Scrubbers are still scrubbing, looking for audio from the area to get a timestamp. But we heard from enough concerned citizens to be pretty damn sure about the time.
Right. Emergency services got a burst of calls from the block shortly after 9 p.m. No one seemed to recognize the sound for what it was. But the silence that followed was pretty universally alarming.
You know, the more I'm playing, the more this character comes through, the more I'm realizing this is probably this character feels very Rena coded for some reason.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it.
I think it's just the way like that they're very like you know with how they are with the way they're like very on point with their conversations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Rena.
I miss Rena.
I miss Rena Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. Officers arrive at the street at 9:08 p.m., establish a perimeter, enter through the open front door at 9:10 p.m.
Pleasure.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Go back.
Oh.
Well,
And then they find your client crouched over his dead
his
girlfriend.
head girlfriend?
Yes, his head
His
girlfriend.
head girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes, more than one.
And then he has his hand covered in her blood.
The seasonal girlfriend and the head girlfriend.
My God, that's what happened. That's who the other 5 victims were. Oh no.
Oh no!
God.
At which point, they move to secure the scene and the suspect.
Sorry, did you say his hand? Singular?
Your client's modded. Cybernetic right arm.
I think. How mod are we talking about here?
Modded. Registered with an
How?
How 85 habilis?
Yes.
Billis. Yeah.
Abilis.
Okay. Industrial grade looks like it. Says he's suspected for dexterous manipulation of up to class 4 KPA, which means a minimum grip strength of, well, basically.
Also, get ready for a bit of a flashbang.
He could crush your neck without even gritting his teeth.
Ah! Sorry.
My eyes are burning.
Mhm.
Can you crush my neck?
Bang.
Considering a career change?
No, it's not that. It's just. Your eye must be very sensitive for you to put the patch back on each time.
What?
And here I thought you just had a 14-year-old sense of fashion.
You think a cop would cover up her dominated eye cause it was fashionable?
I'm sorry, dominated eye?
Yes!
Dominated eye.
Yes!
The eye took domination.
I actually thought the same thing the first time we met.
You what?
But getting back on track, an arm of his has been in the shop for
Anyways.
some time now.
Moving on.
You can't work without it. Money got tight.
The arguing?
Yeah,
Where'd my chips go?
I ate them all.
I'll come over there.
I'll come over there. Just
What you
nothing
gonna
else.
do? What are you gonna do? You're short.
Oh!
I can break
dang.
your kneecaps.
Oh no.
Oh, dang.
When did he put his
Entertaining.
arm in for repairs?
8 days before HK's first victim was killed.
Well, no chance they'll be willing to chalk that up to coincidence.
Your client was arrested on the scene after a preliminary scan found his fingerprints on the revolver. No one else's.
A revolver? What kind?
The old kind. The real old kind.
More specifically, a caliber M54, 6-chambered, 10 millimeter.
Calver? How retro?
You don't know the half of it. We're talking steel chamber, real gunpowder, mechanical firing pin, and no tags.
No tags? How's that? Just how old are we talking here?
Real old.
Yeah. 24/7 location data, timestamp trigger pulse, safety's coded to owner biometrics. For the past 3 decades, tags have made shooting crimes very unambiguous.
So you're saying my client used some kind of antique to commit these crimes?
How else do you think he'd have gotten away with this gotten away with this 5 other times?
Fair point.
If he tried to buy a gun legit, he'd probably failed the first psych check. And even jailbroken pieces are only good for so long before update withdrawal sets in.
So then, M54, that's
Model year 2054.
a 30-year-old gun. Well, that sure complicates things, doesn't it?
In some ways, sure. But pre-tagging firearms are rare. Gotta be less than 1,000 of them left in the whole country. And fewer still left compatible bullets.
Chipsies!
Sorry,
What kind of chips
I
you
have
got
to grab
there?
my chips real quick.
Yeah, what'd you
Anyway.
have?
Kind
I
of
got
chips.
Lay's Classic and also Crunchy Cheetos.
Give me,
I haven't had Lay's Classic in
give.
forever.
Yeah.
I want some. Closest thing I have right
Oh,
now.
we're
in the
good.
house-
Give.
The
Yeah,
closest-
yeah, we're
The closest
gonna
I
rate it.
have right now in the house are Ruffles.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, there's a Lay's factory nearby my city. My friend's mom took us there one time in high school, and after a tour, they gave us like freshly done chips. It was so good.
That sounds so
Also in the gift
good.
shop, they also sold like reject bags. So bags that were like rejected because it's like either too much seasoning, too little seasoning, too many chips, too little chips, etc.
That's
It was
interesting.
very good. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Huh.
The ammunition would have to be over 30 years old too.
I want Lay's. God dang it.
Me
I'm
too.
sorry.
I can't have Pringles anymore because like I like the last time I had Pringles, my tongue literally got sore from those things.
Damn.
Like I
I
tried.
go
There comes a
Pringles
time
like
when you have
crazy.
to choose between a choice. Should I 5-second roll? 5-second roll! Do it!
First
Get it!
second
5
roll.
seconds.
But I tried eating. The last time I had Pringles in the house was like those like cheesy kind, like the cheddar Pringles, and I love the taste, and they were so freaking good. But like I noticed after a while that my tongue was starting to like get sore after eating them, and it just not. So I had to cut myself off from them like entirely because I'm like, no, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
And it made me really sad because I really liked them.
Aw.
Next time, Rich King. The novelty of his weapon has kept us in the dark so far. And now that we have our hands on it, it's gonna put him away for good.
Archive department complained loud as hell about how deep they had to dig. But with the protocols they found, the techs were able to match the rifling marks on all 6 bullets to the gun your client was found with.
Rifling marks.
Bullets fired from guns that old are marked by the barrel shape.
So if all 6 bullets had the same rifling marks,
We know that they were all fired by the same gun.
It's not as plug and play as tags are, but it's equally precise science, I assure you. And if that's not damning enough, the spent casings from the other 5 shootings were still in the chamber.
without even needing to reload.
The caliber your client was found with is the gun HK used to kill 6 women. No way to lawyer around that.
An untagged gun. Just being anywhere near a weapon like that could warrant your arrest. Being found by the police over a dead body with an untagged gun used at 5 other crime scenes is just... To summarize then, you believe that my client fought verbally, then physically with his girlfriends, and then he retrieved this weapon and shot her?
Yeah, pretty much.
How did he look when the officers found him?
Guilty.
How was his affect?
Quiet, detached. Stiff.
Not exactly the picture of a grieving partner.
That reaction may have lost him points with the cops, but beyond that? People react to loss in all kinds of unusual ways. Yeah, I know for sure. And so long as the police are suspicious of you, there's no right way to grieve. I know that for sure.
Heartbreak, heartbreak, goodbye.
I like when the phone moves, the keychain moves.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very cute.
Yeah.
The phone menu is actually very cute.
The chain's jittering! Oh no, the chain got tangled!
Oh no! Okay, there it goes. It's calmed down.
Oh, just like in real life.
All right. puppy.
Checking my phone here, and I have to say, you've done a pretty admirable job in keeping the details of HK's crimes a secret. Every time I see HK, I want to say Hong Kong. It's not Hong Kong. Although less reputable sites are doing some real journalistic acrobats trying to piece together a story.
Yeah, top 11 theories on who hurt HK was a real weighty read.
Jeez.
Not just journalists, though. All kinds have been emboldened. The freaks that HK's managed to bring out of the woodwork in just a few weeks.
Can you blame them, though? I mean, he's a genuine serial killer. Repeat offenders in general... Sorry. I have the chip still in my mouth. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Repeat offenders in general are an endangered species, but he's gotten away with...
We know what he's gotten away with.
Ooh, touchy. Take a look around us, detective.
Ah, Bloom.
Ah!
My eyes!
My eyes! Bold, bold, bold.
Damn. National DNA registries, robust enough that cases never go cold. Cameras on every street, a phone on every citizen. Violent crime at an all-time low, and clearance rates at an all-time high.
But you gonna spout some old pole bullshit about invasion of privacy?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
People are safer now than at any other time in history, detectives. So when someone like Heartbreak does come along...
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
London's aren't trying to look like he can laugh it off. The pressure from the higher-ups must be reaching its peak. They want, maybe need, to see someone charged. And that makes them predictable.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, well, even if there's nothing standard about HK, Department SOP still oh my god, dictates we starve the media for case details.
That way, when we do feed them, they're grateful for whatever scraps they get.
But we can't take all the credit this time around. Homicide's tight-knit and tight-lipped, but it's not like there's much information for us to leak in the first place.
And why is that?
Because none of the shootings were caught on the Opting crime surveillance system.
Oh, really now?
Yes, really.
Let me just...
Damn! Okay.
How is that even possible? I know that there are some rough areas in the lower wards, but Optics is watching every other street in the entire city. You're saying you haven't seen this killer on camera once?
You think we'd have let him kill 6 people if we did?
Oh.
Ugh.
I understand your concern, ma'am, but Optics is only what it says in the name. Private surveillance system signing up to feed into the state security network. Not perfect, just another one of the many public safety tools in our belt.
It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to help us solve crimes. Or at least act as a deterrent.
One would hope so. Fat chance. Deterrents are only for war rooms and board meetings. Anyone crazy or desperate enough to commit a crime in a city like this couldn't care less about anything as vague as the consequence of their actions.
It's like a safety blanket, one with very few holes left in it. But it does have holes. And
No!
Patching up those remaining holes takes effort. And that effort usually means rebooting the system. There's all kinds of technical details and digital bureaucracy involved. End result is that there are occasional localized blackouts, and the math used to schedule them is not impossible to predict.
I see.
But those windows of opportunity are small and short. Taking advantage of them requires specific knowledge. You'd need to be involved in law enforcement, pub data, or city planning.
I could have mentioned it if my client was a cop, and he wouldn't have needed a public defender either. His file says that he's modded for heavy mass manipulation, not tech interfacing, so that just leaves city planning. So, does he work construction for the city?
HQ's only ever struck at times and locations where optics would be down. Even with the devil's own luck. Can't possibly be coincidence.
Wait, so you're saying, when this woman was killed,
Yeah, there was a blackout around 8 to 9 tonight. Right on schedule, so to speak. And it included the area surrounding the victim's apartment.
Huh.
well, what about DNA from the other crime scenes? Was my client a match?
There's been no blood, no saliva, no suspect DNA at any of this crime science.
Cream
Cream
scenes.
science?
Cream signs.
Ooh.
Ooh. I like cream.
Ooh. Now I want ice cream. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
That's what making me want Lay's earlier.
Combine the Lay's with the ice cream.
Oh.
I'm sure there's probably a flavor for that.
Yes.
Oh no, I mean like you know when people like dip fries into like milkshakes and stuff like that. That was my thought. It's like, oh, you dip the Lay's with like a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
That sounds good.
Mhm.
No footage and no forensics.
Also, no motives, tampering, or witnesses. It's been like hunting a damn ghost. We didn't even have a murder weapon.
Until now.
Finally, a lucky break for the boys in blue.
Scanners, cams, drones, forensics. No matter how you dress it up with tech, all detective work relies on one basic assumption. People make mistakes.
Hmm.
But HK is the kind of monster who doesn't make mistakes. Only reason we even caught him tonight was because he finished what he had set out to do all along.
Mhm.
And I can't speak now.
So was my client on a list of suspects before tonight?
Weren't you listening? There was no list of suspects.
Hmm.
We questioned some X's, a few CIs. Someone even spoke to one or two unlisted at some point. Nothing came of it. There was talk about starting on some kind of psych eval or something, and I never expected much to come of that. There's just not enough there to work with.
In other words, the only thing they could have to link my client to those killings is a murder weapon. If I can jostle that keystone, then the rest of their case should start to come loose as well.
Androids and cops.
By the way, I couldn't help but notice that you're light on staff.
It's 3 in the morning. Were you expecting a parade?
Coincidentally, this is as many people as that was in the Skeletor stream last night.
Well, in the call.
Not people viewing, I mean
the
people in the
call,
stream
in the
booth.
call.
Yeah.
No, we actually had a lot of people seeing.
No, we had a lot of people. Everyone
Are you
stayed.
okay?
A lot of people stayed. I thought there'd be
A lot of people came to view the suffering. That was the final part.
the suffering.
The suffering.
But we did. You did it rather specifically.
You did.
You did
Are
it.
you okay?
I thought there'd be at least a few androids around.
Aren't many androids. Wait, hold on once again. Aren't many androids at any police station this week. Not while the brass is renegotiating contracts.
Contracts with Noble?
Good guess.
Hardly. They're the biggest.
Hardly. They're the biggest robotics corp there is.
Same brain.
Yes, I read your mind. Could
Rude.
spend all day
didn't
in the
consent to
center
that.
city without leaving their office's shadow.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have them headquartered here.
I feel like that's sarcastic.
You don't say.
Saves us some money on shipping at least. But these talks never last that long. Sure they'll be back to writing checks for Noble ads by the end of the month.
All right, see you in an hour, Wallen.
See you, Wallen.
Okay, see you loading.
Even with Noble pushing those warm androids?
Warm. Is that yeah?
Yeah, just like, ugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there.
Warm. Yeah. Might as well call it the adult line.
Might see him in the bigger departments or out on patrol, but not around these offices. Warm or cold, there's no such thing as an android detective. Yet.
Yet. Really? Any day now?
Any day now.
That way feeling?
Any day now, yeah. Oh, I mean, Kim.
Oops.
Sorry.
Now we're fine.
After all,
Guess we should be
those are
expecting
free.
those any day now.
Thank you for the hydrant. You know, shrimp!
Hydrated on shrimp.
Maybe android lawyers too.
Get some android politicians in, then we'd have the full set.
Joke's on you, we already have those. Hey!
Hey! Get real. People might like ads who do what they're told. But they despise ads who tell them what to do.
Looks directly at CAPTCHA.
I'm not so sure. Cameras, sensors, satellites, we already get all our facts from machines. Give it a few more years. It might make sense to let machines do the investigating too.
The union would. The police union wouldn't let that happen.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
She needn't have specified. It's the only real union there is anymore.
Damn.
Didn't we have a conversation about them, like, doing stuff yesterday involving...
Maybe, sorta, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Thanks for the chat, detectives. I think I understand the background well enough now. Candidly, I see the same strokes you do, and the picture it paints isn't pleasant. But even so, it seems a bit unrefined to be brought before a judge, don't you think?
Hey, it's only our job to catch the bastard. The DA is the one who gets to the conviction. Besides, we're not exactly going to have to work hard to convince anyone of his guilt.
And why is that? Sorry.
Because we found a handwritten confession at his desk.
Look at
Ah, my eyes!
Well, that's unexpected. I'm sorry. You're not telling me that he wrote a confession? Has it been verified?
Not yet. We have to muscle past everyone in fraud and disinfo to get past the, or to get in front of that line.
Why bother? The oh my god, the notes covered his covered in fingerprints. Oh my god!
You're good. You're good.
Or Chief Mechanique de Elise Cardinal. Or Chief Mechanique de Elise Cardinal.
Archie's Mechanism and at least cut it down.
There's a copy in the discovery data, but I should warn you. Doesn't exactly make for light reading.
I'll have to manage somehow. I need to see this confession for myself.
Ooh.
Sorry for everything. Can't say it's enough. Didn't mean to hurt you or do what I did. Did not, Sick. What?
That's a sick.
What?
Means
Anything
it's
can
a bad
happen.
word.
Can't stay in control. Can't stay in control when I get mad. When I'm out of control, I hurt people without meaning to. Wish I hadn't broken them. Didn't mean it at first, but I was hurting. Wanted you to hurt too, but didn't want it, to hurt you. Words aren't enough. I know that now. I'll take responsibility and do what I've been avoiding. Please forgive me.
Well, that was difficult to read. By the way, sick is when you use it when like you're quoting something and like it's typoed in the original writing,
Hmm.
Yep.
or like the grammar's wrong, or like it's off. It's like you put
Hmm.
sick to make sure like that's not me messing up. That's actually how it's written. Barely legible, in fact.
Well, got a spin on that.
No need.
But it's a confession.
Not a confession that he signed, though, is it?
Not yet.
And not one he intends to sign anytime soon, considering that he asked for representation.
Yeah, the most wanted man in the city asked for a lawyer and got you. Guess you're both lucky.
Hardly. I just happened to be awake when the call went out. But I'm not so flush with work that I can afford to turn tail now. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go and speak with my client. What? He's not still handcuffed in there, is he?
Look, counselor, with all due respect, we have strong evidence pointing to that man being responsible for 6 murders. 2 hours or so in cuffs isn't cruel or unusual. And that's for your safety as well.
Damn it, I'm so sorry.
It,
It's kind of you to worry, but I doubt I'll be in any danger.
He's killed 6 women.
I'm not a brunette. Oh,
You know what? That's
None
the
of them
line
were
read.
redheads.
That's the line read.
Yeah. Seriously, though, I'd like to speak with him alone now. Camera's off, if you don't mind.
Mike's on our office your call, counselor. We'll be watching the feed from right outside, in case anything happens. And the cuff, that is, stays on.
That worried about me? How chivalrous.
Yeah. My armor's practically blinding.
Gross. I'll start up the unlock cycle.
Counselor, just one last word of advice. If you have any interest in his well-being, I'd suggest you help him sign that confession.
Not a bad idea. I do get paid either way. But the defense part of defense attorney isn't just for show detective.
I mean it.
Eh?
6 people dead is one thing, but he's also caused weeks of widespread terror and public unrest. Putting it another way, he's made the state look bad. That's a capital crime. If there ever was one. And even if the death penalty's not actually on the table these days, I can guarantee he's not gonna like whatever rehabilitation plan they draw up for him. Look, I've seen the virtual work release program in person, and it's...
Being challenged before the Supreme Court?
yeah. Sometime in the next decade, maybe. Just remember, a plea deal might feel like a loss for you, but if it keeps him from... well... that's probably a win for your client, right?
Prison sentences are generally lighter for those who plead guilty. That much is true. It saves the courts a great deal of time and money, and they show their gratitude with reduced sentencing. But no,
I stayed up too late!
but no one will stay up too late except for Usagi. There you go. But no one will ever be grateful towards the heartbreak killer. Anyone convicted for killing 6 people, they'll never rest their mind another day in their life.
3:35 a.m., June 5th, 2086.
Oh my god. Do you have to go to bed, Usagi?
Huh?
Do you have to go to bed?
Also,
Yeah.
real quick, I want to take a look at that term that just threw at us, virtual work release program. Due to ongoing controversy following the suspected suicide of two inmate Jay Jaley, search results of this term are temporarily blocked.
Question.
Interesting.
Read more about how we cooperate with authorities to combat. Wow, okay, so the term it's so controversial they actually blocked up information. That's not concerning at all.
Yay!
That's just social media now. That's YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi there.
Night.
Good night,
Night.
Usagi.
Night,
We'll miss
Usagi.
you.
Now, where's Suba?
Where is Suba?
Where is
Actually,
Suba?
that's a good question. Where is he?
Let me. Suba.
Actually, I'll be
He was
right
probably
back.
like, no FGO tonight. All right, bet.
I'll be right back.
Shoot, be me.
1 second, guys.
Gotcha. How was your day, Skelly?
It was pretty good. I was just I got a lot of sleep after last stream.
Mm-hmm. When did you wake up, by the way? Oh, you had to wake up to pick up your daughter. Never mind. I take that.
Yeah. So, but then I went back to bed and I didn't wake up till like 2 o'clock.
Damn.
Yeah, I was so shrimped over that fight that I like as soon as I laid back down, I was like, oh, finally.
No, I woke up and my back still hurt. I was like, ugh.
Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies,
You're
chat. I had
fine.
to walk away for a second.
You're good. You alright?
I'm good. I should then quickly run out for a minute. I guess I'll take over for. I guess I'll take this guy for now.
Yeah.
It's depressing as hell in here. They need to liven this place up.
The hefty naturals are going hefty naturaling.
Me too.
Holy bazongas, Batman.
Carlos flat, right? Hope you don't mind if I get comfortable. We have got a lot to cover. But this shouldn't take all night.
What are you? Look, I already told you people. I didn't.
I'm not a cop, Carlos. Furthest thing from it. I'm a lawyer. Your lawyer, in fact. And I'm here to help you.
Yeah, well, they said that too. All of them did. Back there and here, kept repeating it the whole ride over. They said they were going to help me. They knew this was all a mistake. And they said that I killed. Acted like they were on my side. And they thought that I could have.
It's not their job to help you, Carlos. But it is mine. And I'm here now. He's still in shock. I need more information. But if I approach this the wrong way, he'll just clam up even more. I'm sure you're exhausted. It's probably difficult to think, let alone speak. But I'd like you to try and answer a few questions.
The police already.
Questioned you, I'm sure. But they were treating you as a suspect, not as a client.
Okay. So, what do you want to know? Really say real fast while I'm thinking about it.
Why does it sound like the music for a shopping montage?
Kind of does, honestly. That's a keychain.
Oh.
Let's see. I guess we'll start getting to know about him first.
Let's start simple. Something mundane, grounded, rote. I'd like to know a bit more about you first, Carlos. Something like, what line of work are you in?
I'm with City Engineering. Or I was, or I should be.
As I thought. The police must be convinced he mapped the optics blackout using data he stole from work.
My arm, I got it slotted for the job. And,
Carlos, I'm gonna need more than that. So what do I know? He works in city engineering, not a desk job. I can see that for sure. Ray said he was modded for work, and that arm must be in custody at the moment. God damn, what the, it's so fucked up to think about. They have in custody of your fucking prosthetic arm.
Yeah.
right?
But based on his
Oh, so
shoulder, it'd have to be pretty. Sorry, was it?
Sorry, Omega in chat. Fuck you.
You're old.
Oh
And he's
no.
gone.
Welcome back,
Back.
Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah.
Crap, what'd they say?
Oh, it's like because of the fact they took out his whole arm and like even though it's like all the way to the shoulder, so that arm, like that prosthetic arm must have been.
Maybe lifelike? I'm not sure like what they're asking for here.
They're basically saying like
They're
why
alive.
would they have to remove like basically what would that look like, that like prosthetic that they have him outfitted for his job? And why would they have to have confiscated it? What would it look like essentially? I don't know.
Well, they said they could earlier. Like Reyes said that they could crush it with that. Like he could crush you with it. So, what is
Utilitarian?
utilitarian here? What would that imply, though? Probably not. Maybe it would be like
Basically, it's like a very functional arm. It doesn't look like it'll be like a little grappler. Like it looks very much fake.
probably lifelike.
You know, like
if
the
I had to
grappler from
guess.
Sonobi.
It's probably
Yeah,
like-
basically.
I'd say probably lifelike-esque.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I've
You
never
can give it a
played this
shot.
I did save earlier, so we can because we can just like load things up when we need to. I mean,
That is true.
hold on. Is there another way I could? Okay, his profile's still kind of like pending there.
Yeah, modifications industrial class 4. I think it'll be utilitarian then.
I guess.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Let's try it.
Utilitarian, yeah. He doesn't strike me as the type who's enamored with the aesthetics of modding. The young and the restless and the rich, swapping in neon and chrome limbs just because they like the way it looks. Or the way it makes other people start looking at them. No, he's pragmatic, grounded, and very unlucky.
Me and my gotcha rolls.
No. In which case, I should be too. You know, my brother wanted to mod.
Really?
Really. I don't even have a brother. He had everything planned out. A whole career path of promotions and bonuses, and the upgrades they'd afford him. Then came his 18th birthday present. Test results politely informing him he's not a viable candidate.
Well, that sucks.
I think he felt relieved, actually. Seemed like it was a weight off his chest. Like he was glad that he didn't have to choose. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think it does. I always figured if I'd start at all, I'd start small. A hand or an eye, test the water. I never thought about lopping my whole damn arm off, but the recruiter was enthusiastic. He said, cause of the NCDA, there was financial aid and resources. Of course, they got shit canned, so now me and every other modder is royally screwed. Couldn't even let me keep the tax credit.
Oh damn, and tax season is upon us too.
Mm-hmm.
The New Citizens with Disabilities Act was amended, not repealed. But I doubt he'd appreciate the distinction at the moment.
I work the tighter spaces, the high volt environments, mostly canopy update. Oh wait, the canopy, we heard about that earlier. Typical stuff for modders, you know?
He's speaking freely now. Don't need to do much more than repeat his words back to him to keep him talking. But the right word choice here or there can still make a difference. You work on the canopy? You must be...
Under a lot of pressure. I'm guessing this
That's
is
a new
because we
one.
read that article before.
Yeah. You must be under a lot of pressure. Now that the subways are cordoned off.
Damn straight. This crap with Long? Once word got out that the case against him was real, every desk job on the chain became terrified of their own shadow. All of them convinced that Internal Affairs is going to come knocking if they misplace so much as a paperclip. Everything by the book means no room for compromise, no room for problem solving.
No room for engineering?
Yeah. And no patience for screw-ups.
He's trying very hard not to look at his shoulder. Why aren't you wearing your prosthetic right now, Carlos?
Yeah, that.
I thought it got confiscated.
Rejection issues starting last month. A lot of sleepless nights.
Rejection? Did the therapy not take?
It's not like that. I wasn't oozing pus out of my sockets or anything.
Right in front of my Cheetos? Then, do these rejection issues have anything to do with your scars?
Not in the way you're thinking.
Hmm?
I'm right-handed.
So those cuts on his face are just from shaving?
Never thought this would go so long I'd have to relearn how to do everything. I mean, the problem started small, trembling, but then spasms. Just oversensitivity, they said. An easy fix.
But the problem got bigger.
Couldn't let it get that far. Need to be able to trust your own hands when you're on the job site. Drop a cutter at the wrong moment and people could get hurt. So I sat down, made an appointment, turned in my arm, and watched my case get placed at the back of the damn line.
Where did you turn it in?
Some mass turnaround chop shop at the waiting list, what like you wouldn't.
It doesn't sound like you're a happy customer.
Hell no! I found a dozen other clinics with shorter wait times. But as long as I'm renting and not owning.
The manufacturer decides where your arm gets maintenance.
And that's why I'm sitting here with this expensive-ass stump for a shoulder. I haven't been able to work in weeks. Bosses were generous enough to say my position might still be there when I've got 2 working arms again.
You couldn't buy or rent a replacement yourself, just in the meantime?
I serve as the pleasure of the state. And they've got exclusivity contracts with Hindi, all locked up white-knuckle tight.
Hindi? How Industries? As I recall, he's registered with one of their Habilis models.
If I took one step on site with uninsured Wait. Uninsured. Uninsured. Okay,
Yes.
I read that something. I was reading at something else. My bad. I didn't even see the I there.
Oops.
If I took one step on site with uninsured tech, forget the fines. I'd lose the down payment and my arm. I never work in the city again. If this was the last quarter, maybe I could have worked something out with management, but like I said, no one's sticking their neck out for anyone now that Long's in hot shit.
You mentioned discomfort. Are you in pain?
Pain will come and go. It's the itches that'll kill ya. And the phantoms that come pretty fast when I don't have anything arm-shaped attached to me.
Didn't they give you something to, well, wear in the meantime? Something the clinics lend out for cases like this?
What they gave me is a deadweight, 3-jointed landfill bait piece of shit! Sorry, it's just... It's a very shitty feeling having a part of your body that you know that they cut corners on. It fits. It's compatible, technically. I can slot it in and feel on balance again. But the fingers don't even bend, and the quick twitch motors are way off. It's like walking around with your arm asleep or dead.
So, were you wearing it when...
I imagine when you were arrested. I don't want to like go too.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that up, yeah.
Let's. We're gonna dance around the issue for a little bit longer before we finally get into
Yeah,
it.
well, let's dance around it.
No.
Were you wearing it when you were arrested? What's up?
Oh, I read.
No, Night CEO, I'm so sorry.
Aw. No, I wasn't. But I'm pretty sure I
Okay,
saw
you
the
deserve
police
better.
backing it as evidence, so can't have gone too far.
So Detective Reyes was being quite literal about how he was found. He had the victim's blood on his left arm only, because at the time of question, he didn't even have a right.
So he's saying he's right-handed, and immediately my mind is like, oh, so he doesn't have his dominant hand active, so how could he handle a gun like that, especially when he couldn't reload it at all. Well, he didn't even reload the gun once, so that seems a little fishy to me.
Yeah.
Just right out the gate.
No inconsistencies in the story so far, and he's opened up about as well as it can be expected. But this has all just been a warm-up for the both of us. Now comes the delicate part. Carlos, you and the victim were romantically involved. How long did you two know each other?
Right. I've known her since college. We shared a few classes, some mutual friends. Always got along. Eventually, we just got together at some point. Guess I never actually asked her out in the real formal way.
That's how I ended up.
It sounds pretty cowardly saying that out loud. Diana, she was in genetics, but focused her studies on agriculture.
It always takes them a few tries to get used to using past tense.
Just finished her post-grad work this year. Got hired right out the gate. Practically headhunted, you believe that? Practically headhunted. Of course she was. Any company would be lucky to have her. I'm like, it was a real ass job. Paid real ass money too.
Damn, what's that like? So her career was starting to pan out, right as yours had fallen into the mother of all slumps. Where was she hired?
Pedigree? No, Pedigree Laboratories.
Pedigree.
Pedigree. I said, my god. I say that like the name matters. The whole setup's under Hatco's umbrella.
That doesn't narrow it down. The Harvest Corporation grows a third of the soybeans and corn in the entire country. One client that size, the lab wouldn't need any others. Now, no corporation earns the mega prefix without a little throat cutting, but Harco is about as unsexy as big business can get. Predictable like the seasons. No one's gonna buy that they had some lab tech murdered because of corporate greed. Has she adjusted well to a new job?
Yeah. They loved having her there.
She never mentioned arguments or disputes, corporate politics getting rough?
I don't think so. Not like I've been a good listener lately. I never got the impression that she... Look, no one I know could do this to her. And there's nothing she could have done that would deserve what happened to her.
It was a long shot, hoping for a disgruntled character from her past to shift blame onto. But with no other suspects, I just can't reshuffle the detectives' suspicions. They'll have to disprove their argument entirely.
Huh?
Thank you, Carlos. That was very helpful.
It was?
Now, I'd like you to try and tell me whatever you can about what happened tonight.
Oh.
Start at the beginning, and take your time. The details are important.
Alright, Miss...
Morgan,
I'll try, Morgan.
when you're ready.
we were arguing. We've been arguing a lot lately. Arguing about stupid stuff. Haven't been working, haven't been making money, haven't been pulling my weight. I was mad at myself. More than that, I was jealous of her. Jealous over nothing. Jealous over goddamn money.
You too.
Reports say you were Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait, that's me. The reports say you were arguing around 8 p.m.?
8? Yeah, it must have been when we started. We got into it, and I said a lot of things that I shouldn't have. And I said one thing that I really, really shouldn't have. Crossed the line, and we both knew it, so I left.
You left?
Yeah, walked out the front door. Thought some fresh air might help me cool off. Let me figure out what to say to make it up to her. Of course, the air wasn't fresh, just humid, thick like mud.
Me
And while I was pissing away the time, Diane was...
Did you bring your phone with you, or any other electronics?
No. Kind of stormed off. Didn't even take my key fobs. Didn't even lock the door behind me.
With optics down, traffic and street level cameras won't help him. That leaves. Did you go through a checkpoint or talk to anyone with modded eyes? Did you buy anything, cash or credit?
No, not even a vending machine.
God fucking damn it. Not even a damn vending machine, I may have met my match. How could anyone be this unlucky? That's quite unfortunate.
I just wanted quiet at the time. I wanted to wallow in it, really. Sorry if I don't have all the details quite right. My head is... But my exact route would help. The cam's probably... What? What is it? Right, they were turned off in blackout. Optics was... What? Can that even happen?
And there's no other proof you were out at the time Diane was killed. Meaning, you've got no alibi.
This isn't... This can't... Listen, I didn't do this! I couldn't...
Carlos. I'm the one person you don't have to try and convince. After all, I'm your lawyer. So let's just get it all out there and see what we've got to work with.
Right.
Now, you said you left to clear your head. So what made you come back?
Came back because I heard a noise. A loud noise. Didn't know what it was. It was loud. And it scared me. And it came from the direction of our apartment. That must have been a gunshot. I was walking back at first, but at some point I must have started running because when I got back I was so out of breath. And when I saw that the front door was open, something dropped in my chest and my lungs wouldn't...
You live on the first floor, right?
Yeah, a first floor apartment. Street-facing entrance. We were proud of that when we first moved in. It was some kind of big deal.
I have a friend that unfortunately also had a similar thing. Well, not similar like this, but they had a first floor street-facing apartment. Literally, the windows were theirs. And a lot of people kept peeking into their windows, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because people thought it'd be funny to peek into people's windows, and it's like, oh, it's them watching, like, Studio Ghibli.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a little creepy, honestly.
No, it's really creepy. They moved out immediately afterwards.
From the hallway, I saw her. But I didn't realize... I never thought that she was... The lights were off. The whole room was a mess. I thought we had been robbed, or she'd fallen, or... There was broken glass. Furniture knocked over. And she was... I called her name and she didn't move. I checked her pulse and she was still warm. blood was warm, and I saw the gun. It looked so heavy, but I thought it had to be a fake because I didn't want it to be real.
Is that why you picked it up?
What? Wait, pick it up? I didn't touch that thing! I didn't shoot her, damn it!
Doing what I do. You hear a lot of lies. White lies, blatant lies, hasty lies, bad lies especially. For me, it's always been easy to spot a lie. But it can be hard to know what to do about it. I have all the proof I need in my files, but he's nervous and defensive. And none of this works if he doesn't trust me.
Stay up to date on the details of evidence by checking your phone. If your client
Imagine you're like in a confrontation with this person and you're like, wait, hold on, wait, let me just... you turn around to your phone.
If your clients notice that you don't know what you're talking about, they'll stop giving you any credit.
You did touch the gun, Carlos. That's just a fact because...
Well, it's not the third option, clearly. Just save real fast to be safe.
What's our information?
Let's see, revolver. Bears fingerprints matching Carlos Baker Flat's left hand with 91% certainty. Rifling marks, match bullet. Jesus Christ, the freaking like 99.98-99.999 certainty. No matches to any other archived forensic data as far back as 2051. Okay, so
remember, the difference between humans and chimpanzees is like what, 98.9 or something like that.
Right. It was of your. It has his print, so that has to be the answer.
Yeah, I feel like it. I mean, it's his gun, so of course it has his prints. It's the fact that your fingerprints are on that gun.
What? But I didn't do this. I didn't. I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. I was just.
Carlos, all I'm saying is that you picked it up. That's all.
Would you believe me if I said I didn't realize it was a gun?
Bitch, what the fuck are you on about? That explains how his prints got on the gun. But not in a way that would satisfy the police. Still, if all he did was hold the gun...
So stupid. I know what a gun looks like. But seeing it in my own home, right in front of...
You were in shock, Carlos. You still are.
Police came in sometime after that. I don't remember much of what they said. Things started moving fast. It seemed like the rest of my night went probably the way you'd expect.
Carlos, you admit to having a verbal argument with Diane, but you said you were surprised to see the room trashed when you got back. To clarify, you're saying that you two never had a physical fight?
What? Physical? We never fought. We never fought like that. Did the police say we did?
They assumed as much. Which means they also assumed the room was disheveled well before the shooting occurred. Considering what Carlos has told me, what else did they assume?
What is it?
I'd like you to take a look at something for me. The crime scene.
Oh.
It's an AR module built from data taken as the police entered, so...
Right. It's just that...
It's just data, Carlos. No grisly details.
Okay. Let me see it.
Take your time.
Alright, I think I've got it.
That's how the police found things. Now close your eyes and think back to how the room looked when you left. Try and focus on what's out of place.
Alright.
I'll take notes. You just say whatever comes to mind.
I don't remember exactly where everything was. But, well, the mirror was upright, of course. and that clock was still on the wall. The chair got knocked over at some point, and the bed got tossed, the cushions torn, and the urn fell. Other than that... No, I'm sorry. That's all that stands out to me.
I see. Like so?
What?
Mhm.
What the fuck is... What's wrong? Something out of place?
I'm just thinking about freaking Mari's, like, drawings. Freaking
God damn.
Oh yeah.
It's Sotheby. It's just the drawings on the walls.
Carlos, you need to trust your instinct. If anything seems wrong, don't be afraid to speak up.
It's just, I guess I just assumed your notes would be making edits to the AR.
Well, I suppose that works too. I didn't realize I could do that.
Sorry, I didn't mean... I think your drawing was pretty good, considering.
I'd like to change the subject now, Carlos.
She wants to avoid talking about it. Right.
Let's talk about the letter that was found on your desk.
Letter? What do you mean?
I meant this letter here. Do you recognize it? Because the police are calling it a confession.
A confession? But this is just a note to self.
Huh? Oh.
Look, when we fight, I lose my temper, say things I don't mean to. So this morning, I tried writing things down so I'd have a script to stick to. So I could apologize to her instead of just fighting with her.
Carlos, you say in the note that you hurt them.
That's...
They hurt their feelings, yeah. Oh.
I broke her fidget tubbies. This face. This face right here. I'm sorry. It just... this freaking face right here.
Or what?
You broke.
Huh. Her what?
Her fidget tubbies.
So cute! Oh my god!
They're these collectible ceramic character things. Oh, that's what the ceramic stuff in the crime scene was.
So cute!
Look at them.
I need to screenshot that.
I'll leave it. Hold on. Go on. Take your time. Chat immediately just goes into phone.
Well, hold on.
Also, this
I'm waiting
song
for this.
slaps. What the hell?
Damn it, Windows, please let me take the screenshot. There we go.
God dang! Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
I'm bopping over here. I don't know what you guys are doing.
There we go. You know what they look? They look like calico critters or Sylvanian family.
Huh. Anyway.
I'll show what I'll show what calico critters look like.
So that's what the ceramic stuff on the floor was. It was these things.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
They're these collectible ceramic character thingies. They're supposed to be like tactile? You use them as paperweights or conversation starters.
Conversation starters.
She loved those little things. They're not
They're
worth
both
a
in
damn.
danger.
You can buy them at any flea market or garage sale, but they meant a lot to her. I broke them. I mean, I was pissy at the time, but that goddamn piece of shit rental arm, I hardly know where I'm swinging at half the time. That swing guy just ripped it off and tossed it in my room.
Me
Cheap,
too.
dusty, worthless.
Okay. Let's say he did break her frigiduckies with his replacement arm. What does that change? Nothing at the moment.
Not particularly.
There's not enough detail in the note for me to prove what his intent was when he sat down to write it. But if the police insist on claiming it's a confession for the heartbreak killings anyway...
Couldn't even bother to sweep them up. I felt so... They're both in their own little worlds right now.
I know. Alright, Carlos. Thanks for answering my questions. Now I'm going to call police back in here, and I'm going to get this cleared up for you.
What? But that's it?
That's it!
Oh. Okay.
Although, before I do that, I do have to ask. What do you know about the Heartbreak Killer?
Heartbreak? You mean that psycho that was trending all month? I mean, as much as anyone, I guess. I haven't been getting them out much, but I'm sure everybody's on edge. A guy like that out there. He shoots people through the heart. Like that one song, right?
The police have kept the victim's appearances far away from any upstanding news sources. So unless he was already following the murders, Carlos wouldn't notice any resemblance to his girlfriends.
I mean, she was shot in the chest, but that doesn't mean anything, does it?
If he's this slow in the uptake, it's gonna be a real shock when those officers walk in here and accuse him of being a serial killer. I'll just have to squash that theory. As quickly and definitively as possible.
Let me quickly say it real fast.
Good.
4:04 a.m., June 5th, 2086. I didn't realize you could smoke in here.
Technically, I can smoke wherever I want.
What in the... What the f...
It's a
Huh?
pipe?
Is it...
Wait, no. But what the fuck
Is that cigarette in the coffee cup?
Yes.
What? Why?
We talk about how the smoke is just like the fucking it's the transparency.
Poor fee.
Poor fee.
$29.99. I guess so.
Nervous? Don't be. I'm the one who's on the clock.
Right. I'm sure this isn't your first time doing this.
No. Of course not. It will be my first homicide defense, though.
Oh.
Why does everyone always think the first time's so goddamn important? Hey, cheer up. I've got relevant experience in other areas.
Oh. And what areas are those?
You ever gamble, Carlos?
No, ma'am. I never go anywhere near loot boxes. Wouldn't touch the stuff. With your luck, dude, I don't blame you.
Me too. I meant more like playing cards.
Oh, well, then, no to that too. I've actually got pretty terrible luck.
Gotta fool me. Well, what I do is a lot like poker, Carlos. Poker's nice because even if you're dealt nothing but crap all night long, you can still win. Which makes things pretty fun.
Okay, so, do you have a good poker face?
A poker face. I like to think so.
And are you lucky?
Only when the stakes are high.
And, in this metaphor, we're playing poker, and the state's the dealer?
If only. No, the state's more like the house.
You mean, like, the house always wins?
Yes. They're very good at it. Winning, I mean. That's why they're up there, and we're down here. That's why they're the house.
So, what do we do?
We play the cards we're dealt, as best as we can. Win more hands than we lose. Keep it up, and eventually, someone will come over and tap the dealer on the shoulder, whisper something in their ear, probably Kenny Rogers, and they will be politely asked to leave.
That doesn't sound very triumphant.
The house always wins. So our definition of victory is more like, don't lose.
Thanks, Morgan. But I guess I was more asking, like, what should I say?
Just leave all the talking to me.
So that's the strategy. What's up?
You know, there's a saying about gamblers with strategies.
Yo, ready to confess, yeah? Because I already woke up the DA.
Already? She must be new. The district attorneys have final say on whether or not a case is brought to trial. Only fair, since they're the ones who end up having to actually prove the damn thing. Most of them prefer simple guilty pleas over long, protracted trials. And they all dislike having their time wasted. Unfortunately, then, you'll have to call him back. Because my client is not guilty. And frankly, I'm not even sure you have enough to hold him here.
Right! What she said. You got a weird sense of humor, counselor. Different generations, I guess. I guess before my time kind of thing.
I'm very serious when it comes to defending a man's innocence, detective.
Counselor, we have your client's written confession.
His written confession. Let's start there. I didn't mean to crunch on Mike. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I've been chewing on ice all day too, so... Okay, well...
We'll be happy to.
The thrust of every argument starts with the facts. What's already
Thrust.
known and agreed upon.
Thrust!
Trust. Public knowledge for every player at the table.
Oh, it's pretty simple, counselor. Real paint-by-number stuff. See, we found a note at his apartment with his fingerprints on it, apologizing for how he hurt them oh so bad. Now, how are you planning on spinning that?
Those are the facts. But I've been building up my hand all night. And now I've got the weapons to answer anything they try and throw at me.
Well...
My client did write that note, and it was an apology. But not for murder. He was apologizing for...
Analyze the facts as they are laid out, then thumb through the response in your hand. Drag and drop the card that best answers the argument on the right. You can mouse over your opponent for a reminder on what the key point is.
He wrote a confession.
Let's see. Note, prints. So, ceramic crap near western window. I guess that would be that would be it.
Mm-hmm.
He was simply apologizing for this.
The hell is that?
I found myself asking that exact same question.
What are we looking at here?
Your mom.
Damn, something from the crime scene?
This diagram of the room. It's created from the data you captured, right?
Your non-GMO augmented reality crime scene data. Yeah.
What's non-GMO?
Not much.
Not much these days.
Notice anything out of place?
Yeah, the whole room's full of busted shit. It's a scene of a murder.
Full of busted shit for sure. Whereas we're referring to the unidentified ceramic debris found on the western side of the room.
The hell is that?
Ceramic debris, huh? Must be from the vase that got tossed.
Actually, that's not possible.
Oh?
Because that vase,
Wasn't damaged.
It wasn't there.
yeah, it wasn't damaged. It was fucking
Oh, it wasn't.
intact as shit.
Yeah, it was intact. Let me just quickly save. Just make another save.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Just in case they hit us with the 1-2. It's not possible for that debris to have come from the vase, because that vase is still pristine.
How is that? How is that possible?
Bitch, you own it.
The lady at the garage still told me it was so old and delicate. Damn it, the one time I try and thrift shop on my own. Also, what? What does it even matter?
Vase doesn't have a scratch on it.
Then the debris must have come from somewhere else. That debris is what my client wrote that apology over.
You're saying that confession was his apology for not vacuuming?
I am, because that pile of rubble is all that remains of the victim's collection of Fidget-Bub...
Fidget-Bub.
Fidget-Tack...
Fidget Tubbies!
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Mr. Flat broke the victim's ceramic figures by accident. And this impassioned note to self was just his attempt at scripting out an apology.
Can you prove that?
We're taking this seriously?
As much as I wish we weren't. We're all in agreement that my client wrote that note. And we can all plainly see that there's ceramic debris at the crime scene. Now, since it couldn't have come from the vase, it must have come from the collectibles. Simple, right?
The hell are you on about? The entire room was trashed, as the arcs clearly shows. Those Fidget-Tubbies must have gotten pulverized during the struggle, too. You really gonna claim you sat down to write an apology for breaking the toys after gunning her down?
Not a bad train of thought, but I could do better. No, those collectibles were destroyed much earlier than that, and there's proof.
Let's see. Complex room, that's the note. Revolver. Wouldn't it be the rental?
Yeah.
Should be the rental.
Just take a closer look at the rental you took into custody.
Ha!
One swipe of your finger should show exactly how devastating it was to the Fickle Buddy ecosystem. The Fickle Buddy.
It's Fidget Tubby. She collects them on the side, totally.
She definitely does.
She definitely collects them as a hobby.
Whatever.
She totally would. She's totally the person who goes out of her way to like collect what's it called? The freaking what are they? Fuji, not frick, what are they called again?
Squishmallows? Funko Pops?
Funkos, yeah. She unironically collects Funkos, not because she likes them, because it's like I guess it's cool.
She's like, oh yeah, they'll be a collector's item. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
You did take it into custody. I'm sure your text found ceramic debris on it. Yes?
Now that you mention it.
Fine, whatever. He broke them with his arm while he was killing her. Happy?
Overjoyed because
even a cheap arm's got an operating system that logged the last time it was worn, right?
right.
Oops.
See, I happened to spot a footnote on the lab report. Said that rental hadn't been used since the AM.
Whose side are you on, old man?
Yeah, it's gotten pretty late, sunshine. Just trying to save us all some time where I can.
Well, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for your service.
God, fucking damn it, this little shit.
Are you seriously buying this crap? Just look at how sprawled, how panicked that note is. You expect me to believe that he was that upset over a Fidget Tubby collection? One that hasn't even been graded?
Setting aside Detective Ray's surprising depth of knowledge when it comes to collectibles.
No, she totally collects them.
Not only that, she's got them graded. They're in mint condition there. They're
Yep.
like in a freaking like case.
They're in a pure case. She's the kind of well, I thought she's the kind of person that glues her Legos.
Oh my god. Not only is it the case, but it's like the room temperature is like adjusted so at the perfect like amount, like so there's no humidity.
The perfect temperature, like at all times.
God.
Ugh.
I know.
This is
I've
totally
seen a
reading
couple.
character.
My goddamn. You're correct. They held no real monetary value. It would be odd for Carlos to be shaken over their loss. But so what?
So, what?
After all, that's not panic you're seeing on the page. No, the only reason that note looks the way it does is because Carlos. Oh, he's
Is
right-handed.
right-handed.
Because Carlos is right-handed.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, how ridiculous. First of all, how dense do you have to be to lop off your own dominant hand for a prosthetic? Willingly,
it's
I
like-
might add.
I was like, it sounds like, well, one, he's not very bright to begin with, let's be honest.
Yeah, fair
And two,
enough.
it sounds like the job recruiter, like when he was at the interview, they seem to really like, basically sold him some snake oil.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This poor sap.
So they probably did like the whole like, oh, but if you don't do this, like we'll not hire you. Or like, oh, it would have been nice to hire you if only you agreed to do this type of scenario.
I guess that's what it is, but also it's so stupid.
It's stupid. It is stupid, but like,
It's
let's
so-
be honest, he's not the brightest here.
Yeah. No wonder you're flat. No wonder you're broke. Your name literally is Flat. Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Did they not know that? Shouldn't that be on my permanent record or something? Jesus Christ, Flat! So the reason why that
So the-
note looks like a
Sorry, that's
silent
you. I'm
wall
sorry.
scribbles.
Damn. Is because he had to use his left hand to write it.
I tend to think better writing than typing. And I need to get used to using my left anyway. I just thought it could be good practice.
Taking that into account, alongside the ceramics,
Your slam dunk confession is looking about as watertight as a fishnet.
Okay, fine. Forget about the confession. Congratulations, counselor. You've established that your client's remorseless. Now let's get back to the reality of the situation. Here are the
If he's
facts.
remorseless, would he write an apology letter?
We found your client at the scene of the crime, wearing a coat covered in the victim's blood, right next to the big old goddamn gun. That just so happened to have his fingerprints on it.
That's right. That coat is.
What? You gonna claim it's not his? That he actually wears an extra small?
She's trying to bait me. In her typical low-key fashion. Very subtle, very subtle.
As the argument flows, you won't always have the strongest hand. Sometimes the best you can do is hold your tongue and avoid committing. Take as little damage as possible and wait for a more favorable chance.
She must have something. No sense playing into it. Something you'd like to ask me, detective?
I'm just curious. What'll it be next? You gonna tell me he actually wears an extra small?
mm-mm.
Ah, so we're just gonna stay.
Gee, Carlos, do you?
No. Yeah? Sure there's no evil twin you've forgotten to mention? Stay.
No, I'm afraid not.
Not even gonna go for a mysterious third party at the scene of the crime?
To prove his innocence, I'll need to get there eventually. But going there now without hard evidence.
I don't know if we can do that. I don't think
Can we prove a third party?
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can.
Hold on. Let's look at our evidence, I guess. Arcs data, autopsy, arcs data.
I really don't think we can.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Last shards.
Look at the code for a moment.
Code. Code the suspect was wearing when taking into custody, taken by lab techs for additional analysis, but initial tests show blood and love stain
Okay, never
matches
mind,
that of
yeah.
the victim.
I thought there'd be something. I wanted to look at the details.
Uh,
Wait, there's nothing there, and the codes are. I want to just look at it for a moment.
I don't think there's anything right now we can like use to really prove anything. So maybe we should just not right now.
I have no evidence of a third person at this time.
Damn right you don't. It's clear as day
Clear as...
and day in the arcs. No evidence of anyone but Carlos being there at night. So keep dreaming.
It was obvious she had something there. I was gonna win that hand either way. At least I didn't overstep and take any more damage than I had to.
Okay, so I want to point this out. The chips we've been collecting, that's also our health.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the chips we collect throughout our investigation, that is how that is our actual like how much damage we can take, which is still pretty high. I don't know if like it scales on anything, but like that's like our health pool essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that if we like bet like or like you know raise the ante, it would have made more damage if we like lost that or like did it something wrong.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We're not contesting any of that, detective. My client freely admits to holding that gun. He picked it up in confusion after coming home to find a brutal crime scene. Which was not smart,
Hey!
but not illegal either.
And that's all? He had her blood all over his clothes.
Yes, he did.
Right.
Do you have those clothes on hand, by the way?
Well, I finished with them a while ago.
What are you getting at?
It'll be easier to show you. Would you mind getting them for me?
You know what? Sure, I could use the fresh air. Things are bullshit in here anyway.
In here, I thought the room smelled like...
Psst. Morgan, what are you doing? My coat's covered in her blood. I remember that much. Doesn't that like make me look really bad?
Just relax, Carlos.
I'm pretty sure that's impossible.
You're innocent. And that means that having more evidence will always help you, not hurt you.
Really?
Really. Not really.
Jesus Christ.
Kind of boned here. Plenty of innocent people in prison. Oof. People with bad luck or bad lawyers. People shouldn't count on the truth to come out easy. More often than not, it takes coaxing.
What was it that reminded me of? Oh,
Alright, here it is. One bloodstained jacket fresh from the lab. So, what's your angle? You gonna tell us this is actually just hot sauce?
No, that'd be silly.
so she actually thought it over. Wow.
Oh, so it's clearly mustard then. So what the hell's your point?
Imagine she just smears the blood onto like the rays using the jacket just to be like, and now you're implicated.
Hey, hello?
Sorry. Just got thrown off by the turn of a good fortune.
What good fortune?
You should thank the detective for bringing you your jacket, Carlos. She's just proven your innocence. My client was arrested wearing this coat. He would have been wearing it at the time of the murder. It has the victim's blood on it, who we know died when she was shot in the heart. By a gun that happens to be an old-world, pre-tagging firearm. And so this coat proves he couldn't have been the shooter. Sorry.
Is there a gas leak in here? In what world does that make any sense?
Sense happens to be key here. I just need to draw their attention to what they can.
Okay. Let's look at the code again, I guess. Maybe that'll give us a better idea.
What I meant on the sleeve matches that victim with 99.98.9 certainty, no other details of any.
Let's see.
It would
So
obviously smell
the
like
blood stain is on his left hand because his on his left arm because he touched the gun with his left arm. arm, or like his left hand.
Right.
But he's also right-handed, so he couldn't have really shot the gun clearly, as it is. But if you shot it at point blank, wouldn't it come?
Is there?
Because they said the victim. Wait, can we look at the autopsy again? I'm sorry.
Oh, the autopsy. Let me take a look.
Ballistic trauma, pierced the sternum, left. There's some handwriting. Damn, fuck, never mind. Because I was gonna mention, like, depending on where they're shot at, theoretically the splatter. Oh, there's no blood
Have
splatter.
any blood on it? Is there?
There's blood on it,
But
but it's blood on the left side, so there's no blood splatter in the front from like if he had shot her directly.
Right.
But that's not. I don't think that's good enough. I was gonna say touch, and it was wait. Don't actually do it. But what you can feel on the coat with your hands, I feel like that's like a bait to get raised to touch the coat and therefore have blood on her hands, literally.
No.
That's a 5D movie. I'm not saying that's the real thing.
Probably not. But
yeah, there's no blood splatter in the front, just on the left.
right. And this is
And
wait,
if
remind
it's
me
shot
again.
at point blank, that means it's super close.
True. I don't think smell has anything to really do with it. Not I can think of anyway.
No.
So it's either see
There's
or-
nothing
or
that we
feel.
saw from that was like scent related.
Right.
Was there? No.
No, not the desk lamp. I would randomly just pick one. Randomly picking one's a bad idea.
I'd rather not. I don't think this is like a certain where we have like the
Anything
Let's see his code
about
again. Let's see this code again.
coat.
shot through the heart? Yeah, it's the left
the-
sleeve, which is where his arm, his like working
Because
arm
there's
is.
two different things for that. There's the code and then there's Flat's code.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're looking
flat.
for a flat coat. On the left sleeve. Okay, so that.
Yeah, so it's with his working arm. No details
Wait!
of any.
So they can
Oh,
see
wait, yeah,
that.
no, you're right, no.
I would honestly go for a feel.
Yeah, I feel it might be. If it's just a ploy to get raised to touch the blood, I swear to God.
I'll find it hilarious. Because I don't know if feel makes any real sense. We can try it.
Just tell me what you feel.
I feel like I'm losing brain cells here. Are you hoping I just rub the blood stain off for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it. Gonna have to rethink it. It's not the kind of difference you can tell with just your fingers. All right, just reload.
I mean, we just lost a bit of chips. I don't think we're not like that desperate here.
I guess C then.
I guess see.
Let's try C. Let's just try
Yeah,
C.
let's try C. Give me this one.
Just tell me what you see.
I see bullshit. I see a lot of dead woman blood on it. And you?
Someone
is smell?
Smell?
That's not gonna work. The truth is plainly there, but this isn't the kind of detail you can see with your naked eye.
Okay, why
God
does it
damn it.
smell though?
Why is it smell?
Wait, hold on. Code is flat. Okay. I'm trying to like think about like what.
That's not his coat though.
That's not.
Extra small though.
Right.
There's no smell of blood, right?
Because
Oh wait, no, wait.
We're
Go
trying
back to the Is there the thing about his gun?
we're trying to. Okay, so
Revolver.
I think what I think the point of this is that we're trying to prove that this coat is not Flat's coat.
Yeah, but go to the revolver. I need to see the details for it. Because didn't they mention something about it being an old?
Yeah, it's an old model, but I don't.
Wouldn't they have to smell gunpowder?
Gunfire. Yeah, that's what I was like. But I don't know how old this gun is. Yeah.
It's an old gun, so much so that they can't.
Let's see if that's the lock they're going for.
Just do me one favor, detective. Tell me what you can smell.
I don't smell anything except dried blood.
Exactly. The coat smells like blood, but it doesn't smell of...
Cigarette. That's what I've been smelling.
Oh, from my mug. Yes, Detective London, I was smoking earlier. Could you rejoin the conversation?
I've been listening. You wanted me to smell the jacket.
If you would.
Let's see. I'm turning pink. Huh? No gunpowder.
Okay, it was
yep.
the gunpowder angle.
It was
Okay,
the
that makes
gunpowder.
sense.
God damn it. It was right under our noses.
What? Yeah, we were. I think we were a little over. I think we might be overthinking it. What about
We're
gunpowder?
overthinking.
Oh, don't blame yourself for not noticing. This was before your time.
You can't be more than a few years older than me.
But not before your partners, it seems. See, gunpowder's weak by today's standards, but it's still volatile stuff. Hard to store, prone to misfiring. And when it does go bang, it leaves behind an awful lot of evidence.
The hell is she talking about, London?
Modern firearms like the ones we carry use electricity, magnetism, even air pressure or sound waves. They've got more accuracy, more firepower, less recoil, less noise,
More power.
and they don't leave behind any residue.
Gunpowder residue?
You talked my ear off about how difficult it is tracking down a gun that doesn't leave digital traces.
Being meta and as not clever. You're right, it really isn't. Not in today's society, anyway.
Yeah. But a revolver like this one? It'd leave gunpowder on the skin of whoever fired it for days.
So then this coat...
If you don't trust your noses, you can check the lab reports. I think if they had any gunpowder on my client or his clothes, they'd have taken the time to highlight it.
Well, whatever. That just means he washed off after shooting her, or he changed his clothes.
I literally said for days, but okay. That's not impossible. But it would be pretty pointless.
Huh? Huh?
His jacket and his left hand were blood-soaked when your officers found him. Would he really go through all the effort to get rid of something as subtle as gunpowder residue? Just to get the victim's blood all over himself afterwards?
Well, shit.
Huh.
In light of these details, I'd like to formally request that you reconsider the charges Mr. Flatt is facing. As soon as possible.
Whoa.
They're faltering now. Should topple over at any moment. The letter was mostly icing on the cake for them. But that gun is all they had to link Carlos to any of the shootings. So if it looks like he never actually fired the gun, I'll admit, things were a little dicey there at times. But once I was able to grasp the situation, smaller pieces fell into place easily enough. Not my cleanest work by far. But overall, I'd say... Did you get a message?
Alright, let's see what we got here.
Your autopsy report is outdated.
Probably.
Wait.
It
We
reeks of
actually
gunpowder.
managed to find it?
Something you'd like to share? Detective Reyes?
You're good. Twisting the truth in the knots, making the facts work for you.
Thanks.
But your luck just ran out. Because the net scrubbers found a cam active in the exact moment of the shooting, and right now, I'm staring at a photo of the killer.
You wanna bet? A photo of the shooter? If she had that, we wouldn't still be talking. But I doubt she's just pulling this out her ass. She's got something from these brothers.
Let's see what it says. She must have
Must
something.
have something, or she must be bluffing.
Well, she looked through her eye.
Yeah. And that eye's been pretty accurate so far. And Cookies is missing out.
She really
Yeah.
is. Honestly, she really is. Everybody who's not here with this guy, I've been enjoying this.
We can do
really
this
good,
Tuesday.
actually,
We'll
yeah.
do this Tuesday. We'll do this Tuesday.
Well, I have.
Tuesday,
Well,
Friday.
this is just the demo. Keep in mind, I had the first episode. We haven't even touched the first episode yet,
Yeah.
Even
and I
better.
did get it. So, you know what?
Praise.
You know what? I do want to bet.
Damn. Typical gotcha player. That's a bold bluff for this late in the game, detective. Especially when we both know that there was an optics blackout during her shooting.
Well, that's just it. This isn't from optics.
Well, fuck. I should have figured that she wouldn't make a claim that bold without something to back it up.
I just want to mess around with it.
God damn it.
Party's over, counselor. Fix your eyes on this.
Man, that shit looks fake as fuck.
There's a stick figure.
Well. Okay, then quality is
Let
lacking.
me see how much I lost from that. Okay, just like one set. That's not a big deal.
And yet, there it is. They managed to find a quarter needle of evidence in a whole city block of haystacks. What are the goddamn chances? No. But the scale their tools operate on. I guess the chances are, as always, in their favor. Alright. This isn't good, but it's a far cry from the worst case scenario I envisioned. You can even say I got lucky, which means the stakes are... Well, it's a little bit.
Blurry.
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't take the damn thing. Technically, no one took it. Looks like at the time of the shooting, a neighbor was on their phone.
Probably venting about how crazy the couple across the way was acting.
How much you want to bet the person in question is their actual killer looking for?
Yeah.
But if the phone was on, its camera would be on.
And so we managed to get this shot through the window.
Where to begin? Far away, unfocused, low res, zoomed in, blurred, color shifted.
Didn't ask. L ratio.
Your mother. And so compressed, it looks like it's from another century.
It's in 240p for Christ's sake. There are tools that could enhance.
Enhance this image any further, and I can count the pixels on one hand. And you can kiss its admissibility in court goodbye. I can't honestly claim that you can identify my client from this image. And there's no way in hell you could get this past a judge.
Yeah, you're probably right. We couldn't. But I think I know a DA that could.
Ah, crap.
Either way, doesn't seem like your client's leaving this police station anytime soon.
That photo. What the hell's happening to me? Think I know a DA that could? Don't be so modest, old man. You have photo evidence of a left-handed shooter staying in the hallway at the same time the whole neighborhood heard a gunshot. And who do we know that had their left-hand fingerprints all over the gun?
You're referring to my client.
You think? We've established that he wasn't wearing his modeled arm at all tonight. So he must have shot with his left.
Yes, and we've also established that he's weak with his left side. A left side that had no gunpowder whatsoever.
Forensics will never be perfect, counselor. Sometimes we miss things. Sometimes you take a walk through the rain, and when you finally get where you're going, you somehow end up dry. But that doesn't mean it didn't rain. All of which is to say, before judge or jury, photographic evidence outweighs a failed sniff test.
Carlos is innocent. I know he is. But that photo shows a left-handed shooter. Carlos is innocent. That photo is real. If both are true, then that means the photo doesn't show what it appears to show. Is it just flipped?
So, at a loss
Probably.
for words.
Is it just a mirrored image? Never.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I did say never.
Oh.
I'm just confused about one thing. Where was this photo taken from, exactly?
Exactly. Positional data is usually only accurate to the nearest public router. We DN on the phone's owner and ask them where.
Why bother with any of that? Ballistics and common sense tells us the perp shot from the room's doorway. Can't even see the other arm.
It's at 9 p.m. as well. When did he leave? That was also 9 p.m. at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
He
shot,
left
the
around
shot happened at
19:02.
9.
Yeah, damn it.
So the clock is not the problem here.
No.
What I'm confused about is like, okay, his arm. Okay, we can't see his arm, so that also is an issue. I don't think it's flipped, okay, because this looks like it's taken from the window from that angle.
Yeah.
There was a
also,
window
it's
there.
it does show 9, so like it is accurate. So I was like,
Right, and if it was flipped, that would messed up too.
Yeah.
The front entrance of the apartment faces the south. There's a hallway that runs back to the bedroom.
Hallway.
We're looking straight at the shooter, so it's pretty obvious that this was taken from across the north window.
From the north. If this is from the north, then why can we clearly see the...
Wait. It's
Can
not
you check
that
the evidence right now?
complicated. The neighbor who got the shot must live on the other side of the street. So we're looking at into the bedroom from the north window.
If she's wrong, I should seize on the opportunity to start turning the tide. Oh, we can't look at our thingy.
Let me see. The west.
From the west?
East?
From the east?
How would that... Okay, so it's facing north. How would it come from
Well-
the west, though?
Crime
Let's check the
scene
crime
map.
scene map.
Northern window facing the southern hallway where the shooters...
So, the shot must come from here. It came from this direction. There's a window right here in this direction. There's also, it looks like one over here. Is that a window?
That's the west one, yeah.
That's the west one, yeah.
That's the west window. Oh wait, go. So then we would have to make sure where is the clock at in their apartment then? Because if the clock is on,
Because the south
if the
window,
clock is, well, like the hallway is the south. So that's north. So in order for this to work, the clock would have to be on the either the like on the southern wall next to the door.
I think that's. I don't think it was from
wait.
there because the window. Because remember, this was here.
The window
freaking-
would have been cracked. The window would have been cracked on
It
it.
would have
on
been
there
cracked,
too.
and there's also the fact that there's like the freaking entire mirror like right there too. That's in front of the window. It looks like. So I think
Yep.
it's
Oh wait, in
the
front of
west.
the window. Yeah.
Raise your
Well-
stakes.
Let's call our bluff.
I'm afraid that's simply not possible, Detective. This photo has to have been taken from the west.
What kind of bluff is that supposed to be?
The good detectives are misinformed here, and I need to take advantage of it. Time to press the initiative.
The hell do you mean this was taken from the west?
The autopsy tells us the victim was shot from the doorway. Your officer's ARCS data tells us the precise location of everything in the room at the time they arrived. And now, your photo has shown us the exact moment of the shooting.
And you can now raise the ante on a hand up to the current max. Answer wrong and you'll lose more credit, but answer correctly, and you can bank up more credit for trickier hands down the line.
God damn it.
Ooh.
And altogether, that tells us that this photo must have been taken through the west window. As long as you consider Yeah.
Mirror was upright, clock on the wall. No, okay, not the base. Revolver. It has to be this.
It'd be the statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I want
Are you gonna up the ante?
Yeah, I want to save her fast because I want to see how this works. So if I do this,
Yeah.
how do I?
Oh, you can keep raising it to the like level. Yeah.
Let's try it. I want to see if this works.
Just take one look at the clock in that photo.
The clock? What about it?
Yeah, it was on the east wall.
Clock, huh?
Seems like London's got an idea. If he's mistaken, I could pounce on it to keep my tempo high.
This photo was taken right before the shooting, so... Wait. Don't tell me the time of death is wrong.
Oh my fucking god, I hate this.
Wait a second.
He's wrong, the type of yeah.
Yeah, no, the time of death is still correct.
Yeah.
It has to be.
That's a good question, Detective London. But the answer is no. The autopsy, the clock, and the neighbors all agree. The time of death was 9 p.m.
Yeah, literally, that would put everyone's testimony into question. So that's I know he's second guessing himself, but with all the
may
people
be
that
stupid.
testifying,
Right. No mistaking that.
The brain cells are not here today.
so then what the hell were you on about?
There's a clock on the wall in this photo, analog style. And it reads 9 o'clock.
9 p.m., the time of the shooting. The hell's so special about that?
Nothing. There's nothing odd about the time the clock reads, but do you remember there being a clock in the room?
What?
Actually, I don't recall there being a clock.
That makes sense. You wouldn't recall seeing a clock, because when the police secured the scene, the clock had already been knocked onto the floor.
Was it? Wait, was that the thing behind the mirror earlier? The little. Was that it?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. And
The only clock in that room is in the northeastern corner. And my client has informed me that before the crime, it was hung up on the eastern wall.
right. She was drawing it earlier. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, that was what it was. Because there was like a pink circle behind the mirror. I didn't even know what it was. It was the clock? Really?
Yes.
What the hell am I looking at?
An artistic rendition.
It's, very distinct.
If you had information on how the crime scene was before the shooting, why didn't you just add that to the arcs?
And show you my hand? Just because discovery law compels us to share info, doesn't mean we have to play fair, detective. It slipped my mind. I'll do that now. The important thing is, if that clock was on the eastern wall before the shooting occurred,
And this photo must be looking through the western window to see it.
Oh, don't start getting
right.
ahead of yourself. The victim was shot at 9 p.m., the same time that this photo was taken at of the shooter. But you want to claim that the clock's still on the eastern wall when it would have been knocked down during the fighting.
you've got your logic backwards, detective. Your precious photo shows that the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And there's one other piece of evidence that proves exactly how the cards.
Let's see.
Fuck.
Wait, so... Because the only thing that was out of place before the fight started happening was the debris.
Was the debris? Yeah, the debris was the only thing that was messed up, yeah.
Yeah, because everything else was, like, in play. It was, like...
Wait, go back to the shards? I just want to reread it.
What's her question? What's the question? Ray's
room was
asking? The
trashed
room was
before the
trashed.
Trash before the shooting. Where we're saying it's pristine before then. Oh wait, actually wait, go to... From mirror broken... Okay, read... From mirror broken at crime scene, shards fell onto victim.
How does that...
Yeah, so... When the shards fell onto the victim, that means they shot at the victim fell, then the mirror fell over. So you can't say that the room was trashed beforehand. Because their argument is that as they were fighting, the room got fucked up, and that's when he shot.
Right, so the glass would not have been there until, like, she had been shot. Is what you're
Yes,
getting at here.
if they were fighting beforehand, she'd probably be laying on top of the shards.
How much you want to bet on that?
I'm not a bettor. I don't play gotcha. This is all on you.
I'll put 1 in for good measure. Glass shards? What about them?
Nothing much, really. Only that they're on top of the victim's body. And not under it. Hey!
The glass fell on top of the victim's body. That would mean...
That she was dead on the ground before the room got trashed.
But that doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone trash the room afterwards?
That's a good question, Carlos. Luckily, it's the detectives who have to delve into the minds of the criminally insane, not us. Tell me, detectives, were there any signs of a struggle at the other crime scenes?
Other crime scenes?
No, nothing like that. Those attacks would have been over in a matter of seconds.
So what did you think when you saw the mess in the bedroom?
That this was personal and things had gotten complicated. Shit happens.
Shit does happen, detective. But in this case, it seems there had been a general misconception about the order in which shit happened.
So what if the room didn't get tossed around until afterward? He still shot her. And we have a photo right here.
And I'm glad you do, detective, because that photo proves my client's innocence.
Huh?
Proving that it wasn't my client who pulled the trigger is difficult, and maybe more importantly for all of us, time-consuming. Thanks to your photo, I can instead prove that it couldn't have been my client who pulled the trigger, because the man in that photo can't possibly be Carlos.
Like hell it can't!
The glass shards prove the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And we know that until the room was tossed, that the clock was on the eastern wall, which means that this photo of the shooter was taken from the west.
Back to this shit? That's impossible! The only hallway in that apartment runs from north to south. The only person with prints on that gun is your client, and the only fact that matters is that he used it to murder 6 innocent people!
You're a very honest person, detective.
Excuse me?
That's why you're such a shitty gambler. You played your cards too early, and now I can steal the pot right out from under you. You're right about the hallway's orientation. You're right about the prints. And this HK figure has claimed 6 lives. We aren't looking at the hallway in that photo.
What?
What we're seeing is...
Mirror?
The mirror? Maybe. Wait.
Because it can't be the... Okay, this is a photo of the shooter.
Wait, go back. Optics.
It's not the prosthetic. It can't be these things, and I doubt it's optics. It has to be.
Optics
I
was
think it's
down
the
at
mirror.
the time.
Because if it's the mirror, the shooter would be right-handed.
Yeah. Wait, no. If it was the mirror, then the clock would be different, wouldn't it?
No, because the mirror, it's a stand-up mirror, so it's only a full body mirror. It's not big enough to show the whole room. So from that camera perspective, it's like when someone takes a selfie of themselves, or like a full body, like outfit selfie. So you're only seeing the person standing through a mirror. You're not seeing the whole room. Don't trust me on that now. But I can't say it's the prosthetic, Yeah, it's not that.
I doubt it's the mirror.
I know.
I think it's the mirror. Let's go with that. What is that? You're trying the glass shards again?
Sort of. By the way, do you recall where those glass shards came from?
Yeah, sure. They came from
a standing mirror. A mirror that, at the time of the shooting, stood across the room from the western window.
But then, that would mean...
At that angle, from that viewpoint,
It would reflect the hallway. So we're not seeing a shooter with a gun in their left hand. We're seeing a killer take aim with their right arm. And, as we all know, my client hasn't had a working right arm in a number of weeks. And he hasn't worn his rental since this morning. So I meant what I said about that photo. I'm glad that it was recovered. Because it just proved that my client couldn't possibly have committed this crime. That should be the end of it. Except it looks like Detective Reyes really is a novice gambler. Sunk cost has got its teeth in her now, clawing up her spine, whispering wounded pride in her ear. It's a cold sweat, hot palms kind of fever. The impotent, irrational fury of losing something you thought was guaranteed yours. But luckily for you, Detective, I'm well versed in shock therapy.
Excuse me?
You look dissatisfied, Detective Reyes.
That's one word for it.
Allow me to put a nice bow on everything for you. In summary, my client's so-called confession was just a note to self. The police found him in shock, reeling at the death of his girlfriend.
Yeah, one second, I can turn it down a smidge.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It's a little loud. Still kind of loud.
a little bit lower.
There we go.
That should be enough.
Yeah. I did say blame. Okay. And arrested him for being next to a gun he forensically couldn't have fired. After being confronted with these facts, you received photographic evidence of the exact moment of the shooting. And instead of utilizing said photo to track down the real killer, you tried to claim it depicted my client. A man without the requisite limb, standing in an architecturally impossible hallway.
That's... He could have had a backup arm! He could have stolen one!
A little stubbornness can be charming. This kind of desperation is ugly. It's getting late. Time to bare my fangs. A bit. That's the best you've got? Even a bare bones prosthetic off the black market needs to be attuned to an individual's nervous system. He'd have to bring it into the clinic, which would have left a record on his shoulder OS. A record you won't find. And he'd still have to somehow have gotten rid of it before the police arrived. SOP at the scene of a violent crime calls for full spectrum scanning of the entire building and 100 meters around it, minimum. So where, Detective Reyes, did he manage to hide a cybernetic arm from your drones in the time between the shooting and his arrest? Well? Any objections? Detective?
Damn it!
Fold.
L.
L.
Plus L plus ratio.
Throwing the F's in the chat.
Show me your hand, Flat.
You're uncuffing me?
In light of the evidence, we have no reason to hold you.
Because we had to fold. Now I gotta go call the DA and tell her I made a mistake.
Not we made a mistake, huh? Listen, kid. You should know.
Detective?
Lost my train of thought.
Goddamn.
But hey, your attorney's a real tiger. And she just fought like hell for you. Make sure you thank her properly. Public defense doesn't pay that well.
Yeah.
That's kind of you to say, Detective. But my work is its own reward.
Sure. Feel exactly the same, Counselor.
What happens now?
I'll have to speak with the DA about the dismissal. And there's still some paperwork we'll need to go through. But basically, you're free to go. Congrats! You get to leave the casino with your kneecaps intact. Also, whoever made this game clearly loves Umineko.
Yeah.
But what am I supposed to do?
The detectives will continue their investigation.
Their investigation into Heartbreak, huh?
Yes. When the authorities are satisfied with their examination of the body, she'll be handed over to the next of kin. And then you can make funeral arrangements.
No, that's not what I... Diane being gone is bad enough. But a serial killer? It's like she died of the flu. It doesn't happen anymore.
People die of the flu all the time, but... I know what you mean.
I can't make sense of it. So, what am I supposed to do?
Hell if I know. There are some contacts I could give you. Services, professionals, doctors. I mean, it is a quick Google search, but you know what?
No, you've done more than enough for me. When you got here, I was too tired to even defend myself. To try and convince them that I didn't. You saved me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Carlos. But it's my job to...
No, I mean... Thank you for not asking. For not asking if I killed her.
Oh, Carlos. I didn't need to ask. I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course he was. After all.
Excuse me?
After all what?
After all what?
After all,
After
After
all
all
what?
what? After all what, Morgan?
I really hope it didn't come to this. The blood's always different. Heart's always in the same place. Easy to find, hard to miss. But the blood's always different. A flowering stain, unfurling towards an invisible sun. A perfectly unique blue. Only one for each of us. A Rorschach test with singular universal meaning. Vitality at its climax. Bursting forth into a red fractal, consisting solely of an infinite the end. With the comical thud of a body hitting the floor, has its own kind of lowbrow appeal.
Well, 8:59 p.m., June 4th, 2086.
Bullet number 6 of 6. The gun's empty. It's useless to me now. May as well leave it. It feels like a waste, but whatever. Finding the ammo is almost enough of a hassle to outweigh the advantages. I could sell an untagged gun for a fair bit of cash. But cash can't buy you peace of mind. Oh, don't look so surprised, lady. Moping around in the dark here. Must have only been able to see my silhouette. Did she think I was her boyfriend? Back for an encore of that enthralling conversation? Can't ask her now.
Oh, a bunch
Hey,
of...
God, you hear that?
These old pieces are so goddamn loud. And people aren't even familiar enough with the sound anymore to know to run the other way. Probably roused half the neighborhood. But I didn't see anything I could use as even a partial suppressor on the way in. They really not afford some throw pillows? I used the other 5 bullets in outdoor spaces, and small spheres of blind opportunity that the city's eyes can think to pierce. Cramped places, usually full of trash. But this room, as cheap as it looks, is at least clean. Organized, even.
What do you mean by... Wow.
I think it's like picking up your fan or something.
My Discord fan is my fan on my room is like probably picking on Discord, which is why I'm kind of jumping around a lot. I also did turn off that little bit there too, so that's probably another reason why.
Damn.
No, White's just jumping in excitement.
Yeah.
To be
You're
fair,
just happy to be here.
This is a very, to be fair, I am intrigued with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I turned up way higher. My bad. I need to fix it the other way around. Other way.
I'm surprised she's a killer. Is she just doing this because she's broke?
I don't know. Let's see if it actually goes any further with this.
This kind of reminds me of a manga series that I read a while back. So the corpse adds a certain satisfying contrast. Except there's shit on the floor. By the window, there's broken pieces of something fragile and tacky. Oh, the debris. The little Funko
The little
thing.
fidget guys, little fidget buddies.
It's fine. It's just one thing out of place. Actually, it's not fine. It's actually really irritating. I kick over the stupid goddamn mirror. 5 perfect crime scenes. Each of them, not a speck of evidence. Nothing to go on. And for a final shot, there just has to be some pile of shit in the corner ruining everything! I kick the wall. Something falls from it. Probably more tasteless bullshit. Or, I don't think... What if she's not the killer, but she's just trying to envision the killer's POV?
No, I think I don't know why they.
Maybe,
would
Or
go
she
that
might be the
far.
killer. I don't care. Anyway, I toss over the chair, knock the urn, tear into the sheets with my frustration, and try to savor the shredding. If it can't be clean, I'll just have to lean into the messy angle. At least it will be consistent.
Okay, so she literally just like messed up the crime scene itself.
This is all so stupid. Honestly, I'm not the ego-driven type. In fact, I pride myself on my humility. Now, was it satisfying when the first 3 went down with single shots? Yes. But so what? I'm not made of stone. After that, I did start to actively aim for the heart, but... Heartbreak killer? Really? Don't people have anything better to do with their time? What kind of miserable, lifeless voyeurs would obsess over something that's none of their business?
Welcome to real life. Welcome to planet Earth.
All the threads and breakdowns and the goddamn theory crafting. All for the heartbreak killer. Sounds like a soap opera villain. From a season where the writers were on strike.
Looks a Better Call Saul.
I'd feel insulted by the label, but... no, that's someone else's name. They came up with it. They spread it. They marketed it. Heartbreak's got nothing to do with me. He's just some reclusive, lonely, socially impotent loser who shot 6 people because... well, I'm sure people will come up with something. That you got rejected 1 too many times, or whatever. Me? I killed those people because I saw them and I wanted to. And I've killed a lot more than just 6. At least the room is thoroughly trashed now. If I just walked away after seeing that mess by the window, it would have irritated me to no end. And now that it doesn't match the MO of the last 5 perfectly, it'll irritate the cops to no end instead.
Jesus.
Good riddance, Heartbreak. You enjoy your 15 minutes in the spotlight. Really savor it. I'm going home. air is weighty tonight. Thick. Energized. A heavily foreshadowed summer rain I can feel in every hair. They call this kind of humidity oppressive, but I disagree. The warm tension on your skin, like in those short moments just after the shower turns off and the steam lingers. Yeah, it's always most comfortable right afterwards. Maybe there's no disagreement to be had. Oppressive things can be comforting too. Only the guilty ones run. I don't know about that. But I know I've never felt guilty about any of this. And I walk.
5:01 a.m., June 5th. I'm sorry, using my left is still...
That's okay. You can just initial in those spots. I took a scenic route home, courtesy of our fine city's sprawling public transportation, and got in a bit after 11 p.m. Had myself a thorough shower, actually me too. Drank a glass of milk, not me, and did some stretching. Made sure my phone was on. What is this angle?
I don't know either. Like, what is this?
Time went by evenly. Around 1:40 a.m., a posting for public defender work came up. Decent rate since it was so late and so urgent. I had wagered correctly that the boyfriend would have had enough sense to ask for a lawyer, and enough debt that he'd need to be provided one. All I had to do was stay awake. There wasn't much competition after 1 in the morning.
Okay, where else?
Here and here. How did I phrase it earlier? Criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. Why wouldn't I take on a job where I already knew more than the cops? It would have been easy to convince Carlos to plead out. I would have gotten paid the same too. But easy is dangerous. Carlos was, of course, innocent, so his conviction would never be airtight. There would be doubts, questions, appeals, maybe even fans, depending on his looks. More attention on HK and his crimes. More headaches.
After all,
Thank you for the
pills are
hydrate,
free.
Burrow.
Thank you for the
A
hydrate.
cold case rotting in the very far back of the public's awareness is always preferable to one open and
It's
shut
on
nest.
shrimp o'clock.
And thank you for the unshrimp butters.
Thank you for that.
Now, I just realized if she's the killer, that's why she smokes so much. That's why she has that cigarette smell in the room to mask the gunpowder smell.
That would help, I suppose.
And it's because cigarette smells already pretty gnarly to begin with. It's
No
what's
one would
smoke and what
question it.
what
no
smoke
one
is
would
from
question it.
what. Yeah.
Mhm.
After all, who the hell thinks about gunpowder smoke and cigarette smoke and puts two and two together like that?
Yeah, that
Especially in
disgusting,
this,
sorry.
especially in this setup where it's such a rare thing to have in the first place.
Yeah, and the only person that recognizes as London.
Yep.
Now, with no more murders matching out HK's MO, there won't be any additional public pressure to find a culprit. Now Heartbreak can just starve to death, out of sight and mind, just like any other fluke in the system. Almost done. Getting involved with the case this intimately does have its risks. Hell, I might have even overdone things here or there. Like lighting up a smoke inside an interrogation room. Just to doubly make sure I didn't still smell gunpowder myself. Yep, there we go.
Yeah,
Nailed
we
it.
just went over that.
That London fellow seemed more fixated on it than I would have liked.
That's why she was so serious about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But, obviously, everything turned out rosy. And it's worth it for the finality of it all. Seeing the authorities' failings from the best seat in the house, that's just a bonus.
Thanks again, Morgan, for everything. I'm sure Diane's grateful too. Oh.
Funny.
You're right, Morgan. It is funny.
Ah. I didn't even know her name. Something the matter?
No, sorry. It's just I was mad when I left the apartment. I know she was too. So when she died,
Death was instantaneous, Carlos. I can't imagine that she was in any pain. In fact, I can guarantee she was dead before she hit the ground.
no, I know, but I just keep thinking that she must have died angry at me. She must have died hating me.
Oh. To tell you the truth, Carlos, there's been something I've been wondering about myself.
What is it?
Something I noticed in the ARC's data that I didn't quite understand. A piece of the puzzle I couldn't fit in anywhere else.
Oh yeah, the pill bottle holder.
Yep.
But maybe you can make sense of it.
Meds for a modder, non-lethal doses present. What is up with this? What is the... Where did you find that?
That pill organizer was found on the victim. She had it grasped in her hand when she died. Obviously, the police added it to ARCs, but it was quickly ruled irrelevant. Oh, was it for him?
Oh, she got it for him.
She got the medication for him
Oh.
because he was having withdrawal.
Oh.
Or not withdrawal, but the side effects. It seemed like it contained triprexazone, prescribed to help modders with phantom itches. They're small tablets, and those are tricky claps too for a pill organizer. Could be hard to handle with an unsteady hand. No one will ever know what she was feeling when she died. Even if they did, feelings are complicated. You can feel angry, happy, and sad all at the same time. But as far as facts are concerned, it would appear that when she died, what she was doing was setting out your medications for a week. To my eyes, anyway. Long night.
I bet.
That was too far just now. Practically rubbing it in his face. It's not like I care about his feelings. I doubt I'll ever even see him again.
But I feel like he's gonna come back at some point.
What? No. What do you mean? But overstepping like that is just pure hubris. And hubris invites a downfall. So why? Why did I even bother?
Guilty.
It was the last piece of the puzzle, I suppose. I'll just need to show more restraint next time. There won't be a next time for heartbreak. The gun's in custody. There's no more bullets left. There won't be a seventh victim. There won't be any more leads to pursue. The media will move on to their next obsession. I'll move on to my next MO.
Uh-oh.
And no one will...
Oh, right. This bitch. I was wondering if she was gonna show up in this or not. Skeletor, quick, cover for this for now.
Found you.
District Attorney Rockford. Me.
Sorry, can I try that again?
I'm built like this.
I'm so fried.
This is me! She's me, remember? By all means.
I from a distance, I just looked at her like, Jenica, what are you doing here?
Counselor Morgan, morning, noon, or night, you're always so put together.
Thank you.
I don't get it. how do you sleep at night?
Pardon?
You do white noise, aromatherapy,
ASMR.
whatever you're doing. I need to steal it. God, must have bagged under my eyes dark enough for the dumpsters.
Assistant District Attorney Emma Rockford. She's a prosecutor, the lawyer who argues for the state in court, trying to prove a defendant's guilt. And despite her sometimes unkempt appearance, she's probably the sharpest person to fill the position in decades. I should know, since I haven't beaten her once. Worse yet, she has the remarkable ability to compartmentalize all that adversarial energy and only bring it out in the courtroom. It's part of what makes her so good at her fucking job. And hard for me to read.
Should I buy a new mattress?
What have they got you doing at this ungodly hour, Emma?
Oh, well, actually, I'm here for you.
Me?
Yeah, you're under arrest. We caught you.
Your client was a suspect in the heartbreak killings. That's my case.
Well, then you must have been relieved, finding out that you won't have to go to trial against me.
No. Why would I be worried about going up against you?
My god. It's always the unintended barbs over there. Oh, she's like me for real. So you're working with those detectives?
Yeah, London and the new girl, Grace. They've been reporting to me in preparation for trial.
Preparation for trial? That seems ambitious.
I guess they gave you the rundown. They've been doing everything they can, but it's hard to catch a killer who leaves behind so little.
It's hard to kill while leaving so little behind. So Reyes told you they had HK in custody, and you popped out of bed all excited to run down here?
Hardly. I haven't slept in 40 hours. Too much on my mind. When I heard about a case with a single female victim shot through the heart, yeah, my ears perked up. But that's about all.
Wait, I just realized brown hair, brown eyes.
Oh,
Oh. Projecting
she's got a problem.
much?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, Carlos Flat, a serial killer? The same serial killer that's outsmarted the state for weeks?
She's not using his middle name.
He was found with the murder weapon.
But I could answer that any number of ways. Wait, what's
What is
happening?
she asking? It could have been. It could have been.
Oh, it could have
Flat.
been flat. Oh. I think it's that one because there was no gunpowder.
Short jacket.
I could be wrong though. That may be true, but
But then I glanced at the reports.
you glanced at it?
No gunpowder residue on him or his clothes.
Right.
Too remorseful, too apologetic in that note. Whatever it was about. His dominant arm modded, with documented sensitivity issues. Never could have made shots that clean. Not without getting close enough to leave scorch marks. Not to mention he's too tall for the ballistics entry angles, and probably too heavy to not leave imprints.
She got all that from a glance.
She's dangerous.
But I'm sure a competent lawyer like yourself pointed all that out the minute you walked in here.
She's dangerous.
Of course! Worst part, she's not even being sarcastic.
Yeah, of course it couldn't have been him.
Hmm?
Long-term relationship, physically imposing, argumentative, so not the type to bottle things up. Didn't match the profile.
Profile?
Yeah, Right, sorry, you probably never heard of it.
I know what a goddamn profile is!
A profile is a reconstruction of a criminal's psychologically, based on evidence from their crimes. Kind of fallen out of fashion over the last few decades. Not
I
much
think
need to
criminal
guess about
minds.
the why when 99 times out of the 100 the who is caught on camera.
Or before they even leave the house.
I've had some real fossils and oddballs to get advice on how to go about it. But I think we're getting the hang of it.
About profiling or Heartbreak's MO?
Profiling?
Probably profiling.
I mean,
So this profiling, it's some kind of investigative technique?
the theory is that a crime can tell you something about the nature of the person who committed it. Stabbing, overkill, points to passion, rage, lust. They probably knew their victim. Poisoning guns, meanwhile, suggests that they can't overpower the victims physically. And then there's the things you can assume about nearly all serial offenders. Childhood trauma, prior criminal record, few or no meaningful attachments. There's a lot of recurring themes in their stories.
Detectives say HK doesn't leave evidence. So how much can his crimes possibly tell you?
That he's diligent, almost perfect, highly intelligent, painstakingly organized, and with enough criminal connections to get his hands on an untagged firearm.
It's rare to see her this animated outside the courtroom. It's almost like she's enjoying herself. A sheltered house cat who's picked up the scent of a mouse for her first time.
Lone wolf, educated, but
All her playfully lethal instincts coming to life.
probably overqualified or undervalued.
Though I'm not thrilled about the fact that in metaphor, I would be the...
Know what I mean?
Definitely!
And considering the marksmanship,
The detective said that HK would have needed insider information on optics. So does that mean Heartbreak's in law enforcement?
never in 10 million years.
Oh,
Antisocial, independent, despises authority. That'd be like a stallion applying for a job in a merry-go-round. They'd be kicking kids in the head after the first full rotation.
right. That's exactly how I'd put it.
Must be some connection to the police, though. Maybe secondary or tertiary? These types can't help but insert themselves.
Insert themselves? I do not... I don't do anything even resembling that. Wait, if HK's not a cop, how did they know about the blackout timing?
Crime metastatistics analysis. Probably.
Pardon?
Take the emergency response times from across the city and map them out. Look for brief spikes and delays. Chart out the dips in. Sorry, technical, I know. But all the requisite data is publicly available. With a map, a spreadsheet, a calculator, anyone could reverse engineer the timing if they wanted to.
That is such an unpleasant thought, Emma.
Heartbreak's MO.
Well, at least his heartbreak maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon.
He didn't lose it. He chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he can do just fine without it. And it just makes me even more certain that these aren't his only kills.
Were there other shootings with the same MO?
No, not that I've found.
Other victims that fit the description?
No, I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway. I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other. They also look a lot like, a lot of people, you know.
That's true.
Hell, they kind of look like me.
I feel like Morgan is just now realizing.
Oh, why you little?
Do they? I can't
Sure.
believe I'm having my Jimmy moment.
She's literally I love how Emma here is the one who's pointing it out to her, like, and I think Morgan's like, oh, that's why. Never
What?
really thought about it.
You don't see it?
I hadn't thought about that.
Point is,
More perception display?
Point is, no one can kill that cleanly when it's their first time. Getting things that perfect takes balance. So I know that HK must have practice.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I know that HK must have had a lot more than 6 occasions to practice, Morgan. And that's why I think heartbreak is a misnomer.
You've got something catchier in mind?
I just don't think shooting them in the heart has any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy and their cold-blooded efficiency. The best possible use of 6 untagged bullets, 6 kills guaranteed, no matter what kind of life support mods they were packing. The real signature isn't the bullets or the gun, it's the perfection.
That's hard to wrap your head around.
I'm saying that these 6 murders were just a fluke, a slip-up,
A mistake?
Exactly, a mistake. They got too clean, too efficient, and now they've got the public's attention.
Right, because I think even Morgan was like, I didn't even mean to shoot them at the heart in the first 3 attempts.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's no wonder they're so pissed.
Are you talking about the crime scene?
Yeah, probably threw the detectives for a loop too, right?
Based on what you've said, I don't blame them. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing.
On the contrary,
I don't follow.
this was the last bullet, their last shot. The other 5 were perfect. So if anything was out of place this time around, they must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum.
You make them sound like a child.
Childish, and cowardly, and two-faced. Someone who hates to lose almost as much as they'd love to win.
Your profile tell you all that?
That? No. Parts just takes one to know one.
So, to summarize, you're looking for a cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type.
In a city with an 8-digit population,
Well, good luck!
I don't need luck. I only need more information.
Oh, I'm sure the city will be happy to provide you with more resources.
No, Morgan. I mean, I need more crime scenes.
Oh,
The sad truth is, if Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. Only way my net narrows is if they keep piling up bodies.
not a very fair trade, is it?
No, it isn't. But getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil.
Fair enough.
Oof. Okay, that rant was pretty morbid and detailed. I need to get out more, or sleep more,
Me too.
or sleep less but harder. I think a higher thread count would help.
Sometimes. Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to you ramble. That's a lot more pleasant than having to face you in the courtroom.
Sorry, but that's an adversarial process. So no hard feelings, yeah?
No hard feelings. We're both just doing what we do.
Hmm?
I could use a cup of coffee. How about you?
Don't tempt me.
If you fall asleep face first onto the table, I won't even take a picture.
She'd totally take a picture.
No, she'd kill her.
Okay.
She'd shoot her. She'd stab her right
Yeah.
there.
Just don't expect this to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats.
Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. In 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation, and the police will have moved on to cases they actually stand a chance of closing. That's what people do. But Emma is different. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. But a private corner of that frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it. Never finishing, but never quitting either. So I can't afford to take my eyes off of her. As long as that's the case, I might as well try to enjoy the view. Not the hate lesbians.
The heat lesbians.
And now we have reached the end of episode 0.
Good timing too, because it's
Mhm.
awesome. Time,
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
Oh,
Oh, hi there.
Android.
Which means you're going to be living with my
with-
friend for a while. For how long?
go Kim.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, for how long?
I'm sorry, I don't know. There's no need to look that upset over it.
My face barely moved.
It may as well have been a blatant pout from where I'm standing. Or sitting. Kinda hard to read the font like this. Yeah, like that.
This friend of yours, they're trustworthy?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on. It'll be fun.
Really?
Hell no. Educational, too. I think you'd stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
A new wife has entered the ring.
Quick aside, that green-haired android, that's going to be our Maya in this series.
My god.
Quick, get Rena an ice cream.
My god.
Yeah, honestly, this was really fun. I like this.
That was really fun, yeah.
I like
That
this
was a lot of fun.
The way
And-
they present like the arguments and whatnot is a very interesting system.
I do think that's very, and honestly, the plot itself, like overall, like the idea of like the protagonist, it kind of makes me think of Death Note in a few ways, sort of with how it's.
I also thought
presented.
the same thing because we're
And-
playing as like the killer.
With Unity.
I actually oh. Wait, this is you.
There's always been nut jobs to find the companies were controversial.
Oh.
That's funny. Lawyers don't usually show up at the crime scene this fast.
I said it would be a pain in the ass. I never said I couldn't do it.
The company's got us set for life, and probably afterwards too. Oh no, he's
What
hot.
I'd rather die than play the kind of slot those machines compose.
So that's not just a lawyer job thing? You dress like a doorman on the weekends too?
Compared to determining fault, determining cause of death is like a breath of fresh air.
Oh no, she's hot!
You take this white.
The company has every right to defend itself.
These laws exist for good reason, you know.
People like that just don't belong in this world. Die!
Damn. Father said that you owed him. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart. But when I take a job, I never half-ass it.
Episode 1. Idle
Idle
Mind.
Mind.
Which I feel like we'll be coming back to in the near future, because I really did enjoy this.
Yeah, this was fun.
Mhm.
This was really fun.
This was a lot of fun. I really liked this.
I was gonna mention, this kind of reminds me of a manga I saw quite recently, where it's this kind of mercenary, kind of like detective. He has to go back in time to solve the like basically undo the crimes of serial killers and like arrest them before they could get to like mass murder people. But the gimmick is also that when he travels back in time, he travels back in time into the body of one of the victims up until like the days of the actual murder.
Huh.
Mm.
And
Okay.
one of the plot twists of that later on in that series is that the main like the guy that's been helping him the whole time, the guy that has the time travel power, he's a murderer.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah. And it seems like by undoing all of the other murders from other serial killers, it's like helping him become faster or like become more powerful because he's harnessing those like missing souls. It seems. Not sure where they're going with that one, but it's very interesting.
Yeah. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'm gonna send you guys over to Amash, just because I don't really know who else to send you guys over to right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us for tonight for this little like detour. And I hope to see you guys later for probably more of this later down the road. Thank you all for joining us for tonight. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy the raid. Bye bye, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Dream of lawyers with big naturals.
Oh God.
You don't?
Not lawyers usually.